We're ringing the bell a little bit early because we're going to try and get a lot of rollout here done so we can start on time. So Cat 4s need to roll out, and we're going to try and do that early. So we're going to close down the track now. So we're going to ask our athletes to make their way off on the back straight. Thank you for your understanding. We will call for a rollout for Cat 4 men along the home straight now. So any Cat 4 men that is racing tonight, you've registered as a Cat 4, you need to bring your bike over to the home straight for rollout procedure now. Once again, Cat 4 men, all registered athletes for Cat 4 men. Rollout procedure along the home straight now. Thank you. If you're tuning in on the live stream, welcome. We are bringing you coverage here tonight of the Junior Takeover Friday Night Racing Edition. You're going to see a lot of youth here tonight in this race program. We start off with racing from the youngsters, including a Kitty Kilo pretty early on here tonight. Racers now just completing rollout along the home straight here. We've got a lot of riders in the Cat 4 men. A big full group. We actually had to close down registrations. We hit our maximum field size for the group, it sounded like. And as soon as this rollout's complete, we've just got a few more riders to come through. We're going to call for a rider meeting on the infield. Kitty Kilo registration's still open if you're here in the park and want to get signed up for the opportunity to get the kid out here for a fun lap around the track. Come on over to the VisionTechUSA.com big black tent over there next to the Beverage Garden entrance. And you can get signed up to join us for the fun lap around the track. Just need your name on the list, and we're good to go. Today's brought to you by our good partners at Move Redmond. We're going to be talking about a lot about our friends there. Michael's here in the tent ready to answer your questions about their upcoming event. You can check out much more about who they are at moveredmond.org. The Open Street Festival is coming up August 26th. You get to try out the pop-up protected bike lane, kids bike rodeo and bike wash near downtown Redmond Park. That's right, on 161st in Cleveland. That's August 26th, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Over 40 community groups, local businesses, and food trucks will be joining on this event, and it's the third year they've been hosting it, expecting bigger and bigger numbers. If you're out here in the Redmond greater area, you're going to want to check out Move Redmond. And if you're here tonight at the park, head on over to the tent, say hi to Michael. You might even be able to pick up a patch kit for your bike, pick up a cool transit route map or a bike route map while you're there. Hopefully you can say hi to our friends, and thanks again to Move Redmond for supporting racing here this weekend. Calling a rider meeting on the infield. All riders for a meeting on the infield, please join us near the podiums in the center of the infield for a brief meeting. All riders gather for a brief rider meeting. Thank you. Fans, we'll be right back with you with racing as soon as this is done. We'll bring up our first group. Friday night racing here at the Velodrome, just about ready to start. Wow, straight out into the track. Here we go. Meeting's over. The kids are coming. It's the Junior Takeover. Look out. Here they come, and our fans already know what to do. They're putting their hands together. Welcome to Friday Night Racing at the Velodrome. It's the Junior Takeover here, Friday Night Racing Edition. You're here to cheer on the kids, and you know what to do. You're going to get a lot of opportunities to do it here at the beginning. This program starts really, really youthful. Our young groups are going to come out here. The Junior Ds are 10 to 12-year-olds. And look how many of them there are. We're going to start off with a scratch race for the youngsters, a 4-lap competition around the Velodrome. On deck, the Junior Cs for their scratch race. We'll get these young riders started here in just a moment, and I'll talk a little bit more about what's going on here today during the neutral lap. And off we go. We've got riders coming up and down the West Coast here. You're going to see a lot of riders here today from the local Jerry Baker Juniors team. We've got about 45 and plus members now. But we got company coming in from British Columbia. I see some of the blue there with the white helmet. That's a sign that we've got British Columbia coming on their way down. I see some of our friends down from the California area making their way into our fields here today. We've got good representation, and we got a good platform here to say it. We've got really good junior racing here in Rebben. This is a great track for youngsters to come compete at, and so what we wanted to do is invite riders from across the country to come out and get a little extra education and be the focus of elite and premier style racing in front of a live audience, and that was kind of where this all started, along with some great clinics that these kids were getting to be a part of here earlier today, and we'll continue on Saturday and Sunday with more clinics and more racing, really focusing on the youngsters as we go through the weekend. This first race is 4 laps. First rider across the line at the end will be your winner. You'll hear a bell letting you know it's 1 to go at the end of the race. And the racers are now going. It's 4 to go. Junior D's on their way. Exciting action right from the gun here. It's going to be 6:02. I believe that was Joshua trying to get him out of the saddle and accelerate the whole field. It's going to be a quick race. So already starting to see great action here from the youngsters as we move around quickly. Back onto the home straight. .623 came to the front there. That's Vihan Bala-Miller from the Burnaby Velodrome Club. Again, one of our British Columbia competitors, I noted just from that Velodrome kit that they've got on, the blue with that white helmet really sticking out. One of our Canadian competitors trying to throw down really strong here now. Big effort down the back straight, trying to pull away from the rest of the group. And the Junior D is kind of looking around trying to figure out who's going to have the leg power here to try to go chase down the British Columbia strong attack here. Vihan back onto the home straight, get some help. 2 to go, 2 to go. Gavin Fairbanks in the front for the Jerry Baker Juniors team. Owen Chen, Triple Shot Cycling Club. The Victoria area cycling group here brings in another rider to join us and is now moving the group down the back straight. Ooh, good movement there. The field still not being able to get too much closer to our lead rider now. The race just about to be over. So starting to feel a bit more anxious. Now we start to see a bit more energy also coming from a couple of our chasing riders. Here we go, your youngster out of British Columbia. It's going to be Vihan getting the bell first. Vihan Bala-Miller, 1 to go. 1 to go. Here comes the chase now. It's number 614, Benjamin Zhang for the Jerry Baker Juniors. Closest to catch right now with Cody Cheng trying to help him out. Cody and Ben trying to get back up there. It's been a long effort for Vihan. He's still out there. 2 chasing riders. Ooh, here comes a jump. 1 more rider trying to get up there. Can they make this thing happen? Oh, this is good acceleration. Will they have the time? This is going to be a close one. The Junior D is making a great first race out of this scratch race. Here we go. Make some noise for the finishers as they round the corner. Vihan's got to get out of the saddle. 1 more effort. The chase is coming. Oh, not going to quite get there. Great effort from Cody Cheng, almost making it up there. Gavin Fairbanks, I think, will be the winner out of that bunch sprint behind the leaders. And great racing for all of our Junior Ds. Yeah, that's right, sprint to the end. Good, fast and safe racing for the kids here today. A few more finishers coming across. Again, this is our 10 through 12-year-olds, so the future of sport here at the Velodrome and at many velodromes across the country. We hope to see more racing from these kids, or anything, of course, they put their minds and hearts to, but what a promising start here today to our Junior Takeover. Great race for the Junior Ds. That was our last athlete, so the Velodrome should be safe to go for the Junior Cs. Come up to the rail. Junior C riders, up to the rail, please. Thank you for being ready to go. Here comes your next group, Junior Cs with the scratch race coming to the rail. All right, you saw a great race from the Junior Ds. Now for our next age group up, it's 13 and 14-year-olds make up our Junior C riders, and they're going to be going around for twice the distance. It's an 8-lap competition. First rider across the line will be deemed our winner. They're in the neutral. We'll start them out of turn 4 if they're all together. Look at this great crowd. I see a lot of kids getting set to go for the Kitty Kilo. We've got this race and then 2 groups to go through some Chariot racing. That's just a single lap. There's several heats, but there's just 1 lap in those races. So it's going to be a little bit here, but we'll bring you up here pretty soon. So stay tuned for that. The Kitty Kilo coming up after just a few more events here. Our group on the backstart right now still in their neutral. They'll get them started out of turn 4. Then they'll have an 8-lap competition here, our scratch race for the Junior Cs. And there's the sound of the whistle, and racing's underway. Put your hands together. You don't get to see them too many times. 8 to go. They're out there on the track right now, so they won't be able to check, but some moms and dads, the parents on the infield might be able to look. Junior C Chariot heats have been reposted. Junior C heats have been reposted. Velodrome.org/live to check the start lists. Now seeing 7 to go, 7 to go. I recognize the colors of the East Portland Youth Cycling Team. There's new members showing up all the time. That's Wes Hampson now joining us here from the Portland team. Number 616 at the front there just for a moment. A lot of riders in this group out of the Triple Shot Cycling Club. Again, our Victoria area team joining us. That's kind of that green colored kit that you see right in the middle of the field right now. And the rest of the riders out there, kind of our local Jerry Baker Juniors for the most part, the black with the blue and red. Sort of our partner team here with the Velodrome. You can learn more about those riders at jerrybakerjuniors.org. It's 6 to go. Here's one of the members of that Triple Shot group. Looks like that's 624 Xavier Kelly takes the lead for a moment. The announcement may not have been made earlier, but just a reminder that we will need holders for Chariot heats. / good throwers. This is a reminder, again, come on up for holding the juniors. We'll need a bit of help during the Chariots for both the Ds and the Cs. That's coming up after the scratch race. We're going to go to the Chariots for the Junior D riders very quickly. 5 to go. Triple Shot start to kind of pick up the pace here. I'm seeing number 622, Gordon Treen, the rider at the front. One of our 15-year-olds actually, it seems like here, joining in on the fun. So one of the older riders in this group trying to pull through. And obviously in junior racing, age makes a pretty big difference. As these riders grow, you see them, their capabilities and their strengths on the bike just continue to increase. And we'll see what our rider from Triple Shot can do here today as we're about halfway through this thing. It's 4 to go for the Junior Cs in this scratch race. It's another of our Triple Shot riders, number 621. That's Finlayson Blake. Takes the lead of the lap for just a moment. Riders take their 200-meter poles here, pretty typical at the Velodrome. It's a 400-meter Velodrome. These riders are probably riding on something shorter since this is about as long as it gets in the world of track cycling. Taking half-lap poles is a pretty typical etiquette here at the Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome. Continue to move around. If you're out there on the stream, hope you're enjoying the show. My job is to talk about the racing for the live audience, both on YouTube and, of course, people here. I have to kind of make some announcements occasionally for the officials, educate and talk about what's going on here. And also, we've got some great things going on here in the Velodrome, specifically our partners from Move Redmond are here, and our good food trucks, of course, the Kitty Kilo registration, all that fun. It is indeed a beautiful day here in Redmond. We've been looking forward to this. The kickoff for the Junior Takeover was really earlier today. Right around noon, the kids started to show up to have some clinic time. So some great education opportunities, and now we feature them during our regular Friday night racing program. Good racing here so far. The riders taking their turns at the front, just keeping it safe and fast. 2 to go. The big finish coming up right around a couple more turns. There's Gordon again at the front. Ooh, a bit of acceleration here down the back straight. Not a ton of response from the back half of the field just yet, so this is starting to break things apart just a little bit. That's one of our riders from Triple Shot putting on a big attack down the back straight. Coming onto the home straight now, we'll have a good gap here. Now starting to see a little bit more scramble from the back group. Trying to hold on to the acceleration. It's 1 to go, 1 to go. Make some noise for the juniors. Let's hear it. Finlayson Blake looking very strong here. Not going to be denied at this point through turn 1. It's going to continue on this very impressive turn of speed. And Gordon's still a bit off the pace right now. And now it looks like that early attack playing very well here for Finlayson. Good speed for the rider coming on to the home straight now. Finlayson, dominant attack. Holds on. There's Gordon coming across the line second. Another of our Triple Shot riders is Xavier Kelly. Go 1, 2, 3. The riders in green here showing up from Victoria are in really good racing shape and putting on some good work here today in this scratch race. Just wrapping up, a few more riders coming across the line now. We've got the Chariots for the Junior Ds coming up in just a moment. Our riders now will draw for their starting position. We've got 12 riders in both of these groups. Nice symmetrical setup here today. And during the Chariots, they're going to be racing in groups of 3. Your first heat coming up is Hazel Baker, Javi Mejia, and Owen Chen. Top rider goes to the major final. Second rider will go to the upper minor, and the third rider across the line goes to the lower minor. All riders will get a chance to race again. If you win in this one, you get to go to the theoretically fastest group. So they're going to try to do their best here and see where they sort themselves out during this first chariot. And we'll get to see them again after the Kitty Kilos to sort out their finishing order.
And at this point, Kitty Kilo staging. If you have not, I see a lot of kids in the stands. Kitty Kilo staging. If you're riding Kitty Kilo, now is your time. Go over there, we'll stage you.
And off we go, one quick lap. Looks like Owen's trying to make things quick right away. Number 620 takes the early jump. It's just a 1-lap race, so from the line, the first rider across the line, of course, going to be going to the upper minor, and it looks like Owen in really good position here. And here he comes on the home straight, still in good control of the race. Javi trying to chase it down, but it will be Owen going to the upper minor out of our first heat. Nice job for the 3 riders here in Heat A. Heat B is coming up next. Cody Chang, Maya Reddy, and Vion Bala-Miller. Heat C is Joshua Hunter, Benjamin Zhang, Ben Q, and then finally Heat D is Gavin Fairbanks, Owen Fuller, Tendai Mokahanana. Ooh, good jump here for the riders above and below our winner from the scratch race. But the rider in blue did win the scratch race for this group, so certainly looking at that right, thinking, okay, one lap should be a pretty good race for you too. Let's see what happens here though. They all get lined up together coming out of turn 2, so it's a bit of a pace line at the moment. Now here comes the second acceleration. Vion is coming around the outside. And Vion comes to the front, your winner from the scratch race, trying to make his way into the upper race. Here comes Cody trying to come out and around for the upper minor. Vion for the upper. Setting up for some really fast Junior D racing later on here today, as we'll get to see that after the Kitty Kilos. These riders get to all race again. Here comes Heat C. Heat D's on deck. They're followed by Heat A of the Junior C's. So Junior C's come on over. Heat A especially. Let's see you over at the ready area. Junior C's, Heat A to the ready area. Oh, a nice even start here from the group. Everybody's lined up coming out of turn 2. Looks pretty similar to what we saw in the last group. It's hard to lead out these fields though, as now here comes the overtake from 2 riders trying to come around the outside. Ben had a good race earlier here today, trying to have another decent jump here. Here comes our finishers from Heat C. 614. That's going to be Benjamin Zhang, the rider getting the invite to the upper final, the major final, and of course our upper minor for our second rider across the line. That was a good sprint for 2 and 3 across the line. And now your final heat for the Junior Ds coming up. And your last group now on their way. Last race for the Junior Ds. Ooh, big jump here for number 602, I believe. That's, or excuse me, 601. That's Fairbanks getting a nice bit of acceleration to open up this race. Now going down the back straight, still a nice gap for Gavin's, trying to hold off from anybody trying to catch up to him here in turn 3. Fairbanks trying to make his way up into that very speedy Junior D major final for the Chariots that we're going to see here later today. It looks like so far able to hold off the charge. Will be able to finish this one off. Nice racing for the Junior Ds in this first round of the Chariots. 4 heats now for the Junior Cs. They are coming up to the track next.
We made a quick update. It's 3 heats for the Junior Cs, same rules. First goes to the major, second goes to the upper minor, third goes to the lower minor.
Right, so here's our republished one. So we've got Heat A, Heat B, and Heat C. 3 quick heats, and then it's time for the Kitty Kilos. So kids, be ready to go. If you're not over at staging yet, come on over and get ready. Also a good chance here before we get too far into the program. Come over to say hi to Michael at the Move Redmond tent, moveredmond.org, where you can learn more about their great organization. They're our title sponsor here today. As we get this race started, we'll talk a little bit about them on the back end of this quick Chariot race. And off we go for another speedy lap around the track. Again, please join Move Redmond for the 2023 Open Streets Festival on Saturday, August 26th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Celebrate movement, active transportation, and play in downtown Redmond on 161st and Cleveland. With over 30 local businesses, community organizations, and free activities, there is sure to be something fun for the whole family while you're down there. In fact, now it's over 40, I hear, local businesses, food trucks, community groups that will be there. Learn more at moveredmond.org, and thanks to Move Redmond for being our big sponsors here today. We have a good finish here in our race. Oh, good speed from Triple Shot once again, 6-2-1. That's Finlayson, our winner from the scratch race. Still looking quick here in the Chariot race, no surprise. It'll be fun to see these riders match up against the other speedsters in their group later today. Here comes Heat B, Fuller, Madishaw, and Avery. Heat C, Mendoza, Treen, and Kelly will be our last group. Then we'll start bringing out the Kitty Kilo riders. Now off we go. Been dominant here in the Junior Cs for Triple Shot. Victoria's brought some very speedy young riders here, and a nice good start here again for our rider out of Triple Shot. Junior D's, your finals for the Chariots have been posted to the /live folder. Once again, Junior D's, the finals for the Chariots have been posted. That should be Landon Madishaw, the rider out there right now, doing good effort in front of the group, is number 627, but the fight for the upper minors looking good here. Ooh, the sprint for second across the line. Oh, it'll be on the outside. A good second effort from 211. That's going to be Renna Fuller. Just enough to get the upper minor. Nice sprint there out of the back. And your rider from Triple Shot again will be getting the nod to go race in the major final. And off they go, your last heat. Now on the track and off and away they go. Xavier Kelly, the rider in front right now, 624, being caught by Gordon. The sprint for first and second going to be between the riders just down to the Stanley sign. Here comes Gordon catching on the wheel, trying to close this thing down, and now take the lead on the home straight, just in time for the finish line, and it should be enough. Gordon will get the invite into the major final. Nice finishing race there for the Junior Cs. That'll do it for the Chariots for now. We're going to come back for more after they get to rest a little bit. It wouldn't be the Junior Takeover if we didn't have the Kitty Kilo, the long-running tradition here, Friday nights, first and third Fridays of the month, unless it's July apparently this year, but we just couldn't stop doing them. The kids are going to be coming out onto the track. I think we need our junior volunteers to come help us with corralling. Jerry Baker Junior riders or anybody who's got the Kitty Kilo shirt, come on over and get ready to corral the youth. Help us out. First up, our bigger kids here. It's going to come right up to the start line and nearly run over Coach. Come on down. One fun lap around the track for the young riders. We'll get them started here. Mara will introduce to get them going here in just a moment. Mini donuts are prepped and ready for the reward for their hard work, moms and dads. Just a heads up.
All right, so our first group is doing one super fast lap, and then you got to hang out and cheer everybody on. Are you ready? Okay, that's okay. Here we go. Super fast, though. Ready, set, go!
Woo! Whoop, whoop, whoop. Good bike handling. That was a little messy there. But we're still upright and we're having fun. Nice job. They only get to see him once. You're supposed to make some noise. I don't know if you knew that. There you go. I know. It's a long day. It's been sunny. Just want to relax, you know, on this beautiful Friday evening we're having here in Redmond. It is a beautiful evening. Thanks for making your way out here to the Velodrome. If you did hop on the bike or drive down in a car to join us, we talk to athletes and fans from everywhere, and they talk about this great fan base we have here in Redmond. But also thanks to those that took the time to turn us on YouTube right now and check out the live stream. Thank you for tuning in to support us. If you're enjoying the production or seeing something you like, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. That really helps us out. You can leave a comment about the action here in the live chat. Love to see it. We'll talk about it. If you have any things or any questions, you can also pop in there, and we'll check that periodically. And, of course, hit that subscribe. Help us to our march to 3,000. Whoa! What a sprint. That was real racing. Wow! And a good save at the end. Nice job. All right, we're going to keep going here. After this is all wrapped up, we're going to bring the junior Ds and Cs back out again for their last races, the Chariot finals. Then we get to go into the races for the rest of our riders. We got our elites are going to be coming up for these points championships here for our region at the end of our program. Plus, we got some really fun scratch races with preems coming up in the interim.
Another super fast lap. Are you ready? Yeah! There we go, much better. Ready, set, go!
And the youth once again are off and away for a fun fast lap. That's right, encouraged to stay down in the low flat spot. There you go. Nice job. Lots of ways to get involved at the track. Of course, we are in the middle of Junior Takeover, so we should definitely talk about Camp Velo. As these riders grow up, about age 8 or so, up until about age 16, is that kind of that perfect spot for signing up for Camp Velo. It's a week-long class for juniors to come out and learn the basics of racing track. At the end, they can start racing on the junior race nights. That's Monday night right now. I believe there's still a Camp Velo in August with some spots available. So if you're interested in putting a youth out here onto the Velodrome, you think this would be a cool community to be a part of, jump onto velodrome.org from your smartphone right now. Head to the education tab under the main menu. Look for Camp Velo and see if you can find a spot and sign up before the spots run out. More, of course, will come next year. Good finishing here in the group that's just coming across the line. Love the smiles, love the speed. They're having fun, and we love it here at the Velodrome. That has been a part of our community for a very long time. We know we're right in the middle of a park here in Redmond, Washington, and families will come riding by and hear us talking about bike racing, and inevitably they'll have a kid with them with their bike. We figured, why not invite them in and have them have a fun lap around the track, and that's kind of where this all started years and years ago. Here comes another of our groups. We got a few more still to come. Looks like the line's pretty long. It's the Junior Takeover. We need lots of kids. I imagine we're going to be doing the thing shortly out. Yeah, okay, the thing's coming. All right, got it. Exciting. Yeah! Looking for the help, too. He's like, come on, cheer me on. Help me out. Nice finish. Come on down, next group. Come on down. You can check velodrome.org/live athletes for the posting for the junior season D's finals lists. Again, velodrome.org/live if you need to confirm your group for the Chariots.
Their super fast lap. Are you ready? Oh, they're just going. Go!
Says, I was ready before I got here. Get on my way. My parents told me I was going to win this. That was awesome. Yes, to confirm for the junior D's and C's, we will run it in order of the lower minor, the upper minor, and then the major final. So lower minor, upper minor, and then major final You can check the posting at velodrome.org/live to confirm which group you're in. After the Chariot heats, we get on some different racing here today. We're going to have some fun this evening with great racing. Of course, the scratch race with Preems coming up for our Cat 1-2 men, our Cat 3 men, our open women competitors, our Cat 4s that are all here, plus championships for our region. 4 points racing still around the corner. And the beverage garden is making so much noise, I can barely hear it over the din of their excitement. For the kids coming in, you only get to cheer for them once. You got to make a lot of noise. Speaking of which, there's still plenty of room over there on the grandstands in the beverage garden. Any beverages purchased in there. Do support Velodrome Racing. It's Postdoc Brewing and Locust Ciders pouring here tonight. Nice finishing here for the kids, rolling in across the finish line. Whoa. Rumbling. I love it when the young kids figure out that there's a warm-up circle that's a little shorter. I think that's some sort of indicator of intelligence. I see a way I could go. Nice work. All right, our next group, come on down.
As a reminder, we're going to keep them down there, or else we have people going in too many directions. We're going to do an all junior, including Kitty Kilo, photo after the Kitty Kilo and see if we have like 120 kids here.
Again, that's for all juniors and Kitty Kilo riders. After this, if you're a junior athlete or any of our Kitty Kilo registrants, we're going to take a big photo because we like to, for our promo material, it's kind of fun to be able to say just how many kids we had at the track here today for Junior Takeover. So that'll happen right after the Kitty Kilo's over.
All right, we're going to do one super fast lap. Is this group ready? We got to try that again. Is this group ready? I heard a maybe. All right, ready, set, go! Oh, look at that Chariot throw.
You took notes. That was good. Nice work. Yeah, I think this group shows their enthusiasm in other ways than loud cheering and excitement vocally. They're just going to be fast. That's how they'll go. You can stay up to date with all things Velodrome related by checking us out on our socials at JB Velodrome. You can find us on Instagram, where we tend to put a lot of fun pictures and share stories about what's going on. You can find us on Facebook, where we have a lot of updates as well. If you prefer Facebook, search for the Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome. And of course, our website, where you can peruse all of the information, including our calendar and all of our upcoming events, velodrome.org. Stay tuned for all the information about the rest of racing here in August. Nice finish here for our first rider coming in. Well handled. Couple more finishers here on the home straight, and we're going to put our hands together for him. There we go. Nice job. And there's polka dots and like purple bikes and flames on helmets. This group's got the style award. Look at the smile. Too good. I still like our interview during the Grand Prix that we got from one of the kids. Why do you do or why do you like to race or ride your bike? And the kid says, it's fun. It's like, yeah, okay, that's a pretty good reason. Yeah, why else would you? To get somewhere, to stay active, to be a part of a community, to spend money on fancy, pretty-looking things. There's other reasons. Man, I think we've got at least 2, depending on how many of these kids come out right now, maybe a third group still to go. I think maybe all that's left now is that the push bike group left to go. Okay, the push bike derby is coming up. That's going to be great. Okay. One more fast lap here, some cyclists, and we're gonna have the push bike riders coming out here shortly. A couple more cyclists, there we go. Let's get them out there. If you ride anything with pedals, let's get you out here. Any more of our pedalers, make sure you're out here. We got in a whole nother group. All right, very good.
All right. One super fast lap. Are you ready? Yeah, ready, set, go!
They clearly didn't have the mini donuts before the race. They don't have that kind of hype about them when you ask them if they're ready and excited. We know it's a big investment in time. We've been sitting here during the month of July and watching a lot of Kitty Kilo racing because we see so many of our families come out here from the Redmond area and enjoy this opportunity to make this connection and have their kids out here in front of the live audience. And it's fun. It's been a lot of fun to do this. It's part of this long-standing commitment for our Velodrome to be a part of the Redmond community. We're in a park. We are right next door to downtown Redmond. Been here since 1975 when the Velodrome was first created and finished under the guidance of Jerry Baker and his great team at the time. And here we are, still a great place for learning, education, and community. We offer Try the Track classes, which are totally free for youth and optional donations for the adults. So really no cost if you want to try racing for an hour here at the track with one of our rental bikes included. We'll get you on a bike that fits you. Just got to come out here at eight-year-olds and above. We don't have something that'll fit a 5-year-old or anything like that. But sign-ups for those, you'll not be surprised to be hearing it's on velodrome.org. Nice finishing here for all of our riders. Good work coming across the line. Balancing as it coming to a stop. Nice move, nice move. Nice work. Okay, so we have another group of pedalers still coming. All right, let's bring them. Let's get those pedalers out here. Oh yeah, first out is the training wheels. Oh yeah. Smiles on faces and ready to rock and roll. We will have another Kitty Kilo if you want to get a youngster sign up for some fun around the Velodrome. That's going to be in 2 weeks from today. Not next Friday. We're going to take one off. The following Friday, there will be more Kitty Kilo racing.
All right, our last pedal bike group. Are you ready? They are ready. Ready, set, go!
All right. This group made the noise, so we got to make the noise back for them. They were excited. Training wheels. Rocking and rolling the training wheels. Gotta love that. We got the baskets on the front. Zooming left and right, all sorts of different directions. That's right, there is Try the Track classes. Really, really easy to sign up for those, and they're available for adults as well. So if you're feeling curious, you don't have a fixed gear bike at home, you've never gotten a chance to race on one before, ride one before even, it's really great for that. You can just come on out. It's right in the middle of the day on the weekends for the adults. You get an hour on the track. And during that time, our staff will give you the basics. They'll help you get clipped in with the whole thing and say, okay, here's how you stay upright, and they'll get you started. We got the gear that you need. You just got to bring a helmet and athletic wear otherwise. It's a great time, and it's easy to sign up for. Again, no cost. It's donations only. Sign up at velodrome.org. Head to the education tab and see what else is available there, including our adult classes, youth Try the Tracks, Camp Velo, and more. Here come your first couple finishers in our last pedal group. Oh, nice. So quick, the picnic basket turns sideways. Can't handle the speed. Nice work. We're here supporting the future of sport in Redmond and all things good. Our kids, of course, we're proud to have them here and be a part of our community and support them. We look forward to maybe seeing them again someday, wearing the gear and being kitted out for some more racing. Who knows?
It's one of my favorite things is when parents send me, my kid did the kitty kilo and now they're taking the camp photos. The progression is amazing. Yeah.
That's very cool.
Oh, look at this big 4-up sprint out of corner 4. Let's cheer them on. Look at this. Training wheels and all.
Yeah. I was going to say one of my favorite things is when these younger groups hit the home straight and they just start looking around for the cheers. They're not even paying attention to the bike anymore. Nice. What a finishing effort here. Nice. Here come the training wheel finishers. It's all that extra resistance, gosh darn it. Nice. The raddest outfit coming across the line just now. Rad points through the roof. That's an official designation. And finally, the push bike derby all the way across the track. Look out, it's going to be fast. It's just down here across the finish line, and then they're all done. A sprint down the home straight. It's fast, it's crazy, it's a lot of fun. It's obviously incredibly, if not even painfully cute. Our last race for the Kitty Kilo getting set here. The push bikes, couple of scooters. It's all good here in our last group. They're getting some words from coaches. I could see coach getting down their ear and saying, all right, here, you got to have a mindset. You got to think like you're a tiger. You're a lion. You're at the top of the food chain. Take them out. Nah. We're just having fun. I don't know. Maybe there's probably some intensity over there. I bet there's some.
And once again, after this, we're going to have every junior that is racing, even Kitty Kilo, for a photo. But right now, we have our push bike derby. Look at all of these. Try not to hit the people standing in the middle. Push bikers, are you ready? How about fans? Are we ready for this? This is going to be amazing. Here we go. Ready, set, go!
Here they go. Flying down the home straight. The sprint's underway. Oh, we got a big taker here. The neon green's taking over. Oh, smiling the whole way, too. Wow, what a finish. Wow. Oh, look at the sprint for a second. It's going to be close. Oh. Number 2 gets third. I was rooting for number 2 pretty heavily there. Nice work. Look at this. They're everywhere. It's total chaos, but it's beautiful. There's also the dog. We're walking the dog because why wouldn't we? Every color and shape of mobility has been brought here today. Too cool.
All right, and as I mentioned, we're still got a few people scooting down the finish line, but our goal is to have all juniors and Kitty Kilo riders on the track right here, like by the finish line. So if you're a junior racer, leave your bike somewhere and come onto the track. And Kitty Kilo riders, you're gonna come onto the track at the finish line. And we wanna just take a photo to show just how many kids we have.
All the kids, come
over.
over.
All kids.
Come on
Kitty
over.
Kilo riders, you can bring your bikes.
This way, this way, this way.
Everybody up here.
All the riders, come on over. Juniors, don't leave, don't leave, don't leave, don't leave. We want a picture. We want a picture. Can we have a picture? We're going to try and do a picture if we can. Try not to leave. I promise it'll be fast. We're going to take a quick picture right here, right around the finish line, right around the finish line. Don't leave. We're taking a picture. We're taking a picture. Don't leave. We're taking a picture. Don't leave. Come back. We're taking a picture. Don't leave. There we go.
Kitty Kilo riders, just mush up there as you can.
Come on up close as you can towards the front.
Mush up onto the track. Your goal is to be on the track. We'll look in a few
Nice
different
job.
directions for the parents. So yeah, our big juniors, just get up there somewhere.
Nice job. Just gather on up. Woo! Look at this group.
Okay, juniors, we're going to look in two different directions. The first direction is towards the infield. I'm on the officials podium over here. The first direction's over here on the officials podium.
This way, folks. The way I'm pointing.
Oh,
That
look
way.
at that,
That
with
way.
the
That
whistle.
way.
So
That
look
way.
inside and smile, everybody. Look
Look
at all
that
these
way.
kids. Woo! Fantastic. All right, now you're going to look towards the giant group of parents on the home straight. Look forward.
This way.
Look towards all of those parents. Beautiful. And then lastly, you're going to look up at the announcer up in the booth. So look up there and smile at Corey. Wonderful. Look at that. Woo! Okay, so Kitty Kilo riders, safely exit the way you came in to get your stickers, and hopefully there's some donuts waiting for you. Junior D's and C's, your Chariot up now as soon as we exit. So Junior C's and D's, get your bikes. Your Chariot finals are next.
Exciting to see such an overwhelming quantity of youth here at the Velodrome. Vern says the future of cycling right there. Absolutely. We're going to have some great cyclists coming up and joining us out of these young riders. Already we're seeing great speed from the youth that have gone out so far. We've got one more set of really fast races for the young riders. The Chariot finals coming up next. After that, the Open women will come out for their scratch race with Preems. That's right. I know, it's a big backup getting everybody through. Well over 100 kids joined by their families here today. Thank you for making the journey out to the Velodrome once again for a very big and very fun Kitty Kilo. We hope you can stick around and enjoy a bit more of the fun racing. And on your way out, don't forget to say hi to Michael over at the Move Redmond tent. A friendly face here to answer questions about their upcoming event, which is also very family and kid friendly. What a great opportunity to get to learn more about the Open Street Festival coming up that Move Redmond's put together for us on August 26th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Get to celebrate movement, active transportation, and play in downtown Redmond. You can find the event at 161st and Cleveland. Over 40 local businesses, community organizations, and food trucks are now signed up to be there. So you know there's going to be something for you and for the family to enjoy, for sure. It's the third year of this cool event, so we already know there's going to be lots of people there, hopefully bigger than ever before. Come check it out. Ask Michael some questions. If he's got any more of those patch kits, that'd be pretty cool, pretty sweet. Sign up for the newsletter. Grab a transit or bike route map. Or, of course, you can check out more about their event and more about who they are at moveredmond.org. Track cycling is certainly our pride here at the Velodrome. We work hard to put on a good show for everybody, and we are only made possible by all of the support we get from, of course, our members and many of our community sponsors. Thanks again to Move Redmond being our title today and helping out big way over this weekend. You can see all of our great sponsors up and around the Velodrome here. The flags around on the home straight, and of course the big names on the corners. Thanks to all of our sponsors for continuing to step up big. We hope you can show your support to our sponsors by being patrons of their businesses and looking out for them and saying thank you for supporting racing here at the Velodrome. Up first here, this is the Junior Ds. This is our lower final, going off for one quick lap. Off they go. All right, speedy one lap. We get to figure out where these riders all end up here after this one quick lap around the track. Ooh, here we go. It's a good sprint. There's a second effort here. The overtake has happened. Oh, nice work up and out of the saddle. That's going to be Tendai from Triple Shot, wearing the nice blue here today. Takes the finishing acceleration down the home straight and takes the lower minor final. Here comes the upper minor final, our second of three groups for the Junior Ds. We got Cody Chang, number 604, lined up on the far outside. Next door is Owen Fuller, number 603. 602, lined up nice and numerically here, is Joshua Hunter. All three of these riders, of course, so far for the Jerry Baker Juniors. And finally, it's Javi Mejia, number 666. All sixes for the Jerry Baker Jr. rider in the inside line. All right, here we go. These riders know each other very well. They get to train and race together pretty frequently, but not in front of a live audience, so this can make things go faster, as having fans and the Friday Night Lights, of course, brings up the excitement level and the stake here for the riders. Oh, the early attack going to be caught here in turn 3. First out in front, getting caught now as we hit the corner. Oh, it's not done yet, though. And right to the line. It's going to be a close one, but a good acceleration on the outside for number 604. It's Cody Chang getting the finishing kick and just enough to take that quick Chariot heat. And finally, the riders that won their heats earlier today, won their first ride, are now in the major final. They're coming up to the track for their last race today. In many of these heats, these riders are a bit on a class of their own. They looked really speedy right from the beginning. I'm excited to see these four lined up side by side now. This is going to be a fun race to watch. On the outside, number 601 is Gavin Fairbanks. Right next door, getting set up onto the bike, number 614. That's Benjamin Zhang. Both of those riders are the Jerry Baker Juniors. 620 for Triple Shot Cycling is going to bring up Owen Chen in lane 2. And down in the sprinters lane for the Burnaby Velodrome Club is Vihan Balamiller. Our last of the four riders now set to start here in this very quick major final for the Chariot. Here we go. Put your hands together. The last race for the Junior Ds here today. What's going to happen here for the young riders? Ooh, it's bunched up in turn 1 right now. Ben got a bit of a slower start, but he's making a good recovery now as he hits turn 2. This is such a quick race. The start's so critical. Down the back straight, it's going to be Vihan still on the lead of things. He may not know he's got all the riders basically right on his wheel now as we hit the turn. This is a perfect position for Owen Chen to come around the outside. Here comes the move. Oh, a good move for Jerry Baker Juniors. Gavin Fairbanks trying to make a run at it, but it won't be quite enough. Your Burnaby rider holds on from the sprinters lane. Vihan's just a little too strong to be overtaken, but a really nice move there from Fairbanks, who rides the wheel and comes up, makes it really hard for Owen to reposition. Good racing there for the Junior Ds, and they're already all wrapped up, and that'll be that for their evening. The Junior Cs lower minor final coming up to the rail, or up to the line, pardon me, here in just a moment. On the outside, lining up for the Jerry Baker Juniors, that's Sarah Lynch, number 210. In the middle lane is 212, Luna Mendoza. And down the sprinters lane, number 617, Sophia Avery. For the Work Health Solutions Racing Team, Sophia lining up down there in the sprinters lane. Our only rider now at the Jerry Baker Juniors gets a good start. Has the short lane. Mendoza doing enough to get onto the wheel, as does Lynch. So both riders starting to get into position here. Sophia still being able to hold the front position here. Mendoza's lost a little bit of contact here as Sophia's just strong enough to pull away just a bit and hold on the charge. Sarah Lynch is trying to run at her a little bit here as they come onto the home straight. Sophia and Lynch. Oh, it's close. I got it to the inside. 617 from my eye, the unofficial call. Looked pretty good, though. Sophia Avery from the front, I think will hold on all the way around the track. For a fun race here in the Chariots, we're going to continue on with the upper minor final coming up next. On the outside, number 211 for the Jerry Baker Juniors, that's Renna Fuller getting lined up. 624 taking up the middle lane. Racing for the Triple Shot Racing Team is Xavier Kelly. And then your inside position for Team Epic, that's East Portland Youth Cycling, that's Wes Hampson, number 616. Pretty even start here, but Triple Shot does take the front positions. Xavier with a really good turn of speed before he gets into turn one. Oh, pulling this thing apart a little bit here. Gets to a nice early jump. Renna's starting to get back onto the wheel, though. Hampson has lost a little bit of ground, still within striking distance, trying to get back into this thing in turn three. Fuller's still trying to hold on the wheel. Xavier from the front. Oh, the local rider's been in the wheel, trying to have enough speed to come around the outside. Won't quite be able to find it. Nice work for the rider for Triple Shot, staying in the sprinters lane. He'll be able to pick up the win out of the upper minor final. And finally, your major final coming to the line. The open women are set to start here in just a moment. Again, on deck to start after one lap, the open women coming up. Out in the outside lane, number 622, Gordon Treen. Next door to one of his teammates, number 627, Landon Madashaw. In the middle lane, and down the sprinters lane, number 621. Also, a teammate riding alongside here is Finlayson Blake for the Triple Shot Cycling Club. And off we go. So glad that our riders from Triple Shot could make it all the way to our Velodrome just to race each other again, but in front of a live audience here on Friday night. So here we go. Let's see what the youngsters, our out-of-town athletes, can show here this evening. Oh, this looks pretty good for the rider in the back position. Might be coming around maybe a little early, though. Let's see as they hit turn three. Coming up and alongside. Your winner from the scratch race, Finlayson, still at the front, but Gordon's going to be looking pretty strong here coming from the back. So well played from the rear position. Here now comes the challenge. It's going to be a good sprint for first. Oh, it'll be Finlayson still finding the way all the way around for a good finishing sprint. And that'll do it for the Junior Cs. We'll confirm some results here, get those posted, and we'll do podiums for the young riders after this race, which is now called to the rail. Open women to the rail for the scratch with preems. I have a single, it says preems, plural. Eric handed me one, and it's $20. That's what I got. So I'm gonna ring the bell one time from the deck at some point before it's all said and done. That'll be $20 on the lead of the lap for that one sprint. And our thanks already reminding us that we have the power of the super chat. Serge, you're sitting there literally ringing bells. You're like, I got it. I can't get up from my job, but I can pull out my phone and get on the YouTube and do this. Well, bam. $20 for preems for this race. So, all right, you got it. You're buying it. We're doing it. So we'll get another $20 out to this group one way or another. I think what I'm going to do for this race is I'm going to combo it into the money from the Velodrome and make it a big $40 one. I think that's going to be more fun. We'll see if we get any more of those. That is still available. If you want to donate just in general to the track, you can do so through our website or using Super Chat. If you'd like to throw in the fun, colorful chat here on the live stream, you can do so right now. If you're here in the Velodrome and want to get access to that, go velodrome.org/live to get that happening. Racing's underway. It's a 15-lap scratch race, just like the juniors showed us earlier today. The first rider across the line is your winner at the end of the race. The only difference is I get to ring the bell for money. And we got some pre-money here from both the Velodrome and then so far one super fan. He's also a racer, but he's here helping us with the bells today. And we're going to up the ante just a little bit for this group and got a $40 premium going on. So somewhere in the mix here, you'll hear one bell from me, and we'll award whichever rider wants to go pick up on the big prize money. 14 to go. Off to a quick start here for the Open Women. A couple of our out-of-towners, our families coming in here, and some of our older junior riders can also be eligible to race here. They've joined in on the fun as well, making our group a little bigger than an average Friday night for the last couple of weeks, so it's good to see it. And the speed here already pretty good and consistent in the early goings of this race. The women are going to be getting a lot of preems, a lot more money in the preem. So thanks to some more donations, I'm now making 2 preems. So I got this. I know, exciting. How powerful. How exciting this is being up here on the microphone. I feel like I have more and more power when you give me more and more money. I think those things are related, right? That's not some new revelation I'm having right now. Stan Douglas, I know that guy. He's throwing in some money for the Open Women. He requires it to go to the Open Women. You can say it's for whoever you want. So, like, I got to do what you say. It's your money. I'm not in control. And then an anonymous donor somewhere out here says another $100 to go to the women here in somewhere on the, I don't know where. I know who's done it. Someone done it. So we got another $100 that's thrown in the pile. So I'm going to split that into 2. I'm going to ring the bell twice. Right now we've got at least $100 on the line on one of those, and we'll do a 60 for the other is the plan. We'll see if that continues and holds. If you want to chat in on the super chat, you want to do any sort of chatting, you do have to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that while you're there. Be a subscriber and be a part of the fam here. Help us out on our march to 1 million subscribers. It's a ways away, so it's going to be a long, long march, you know? But it's not about the destination. It's about the journey. You know what I'm saying? 11 to go for the Open Women so far here in our group. It's been good speed. Lots of trading of leader riders here as they've been kind of rolling around at a good, consistent clip. I saw a big cheer out earlier on the live stream for Lou, our rider from the San Jose Bicycle Club, Lou Kelly, number 26, getting some love from the fan back at home. Good to see that. At 9 to go, I'm going to give $60. $60 to lead the lap. $60 to lead the lap. Oh, yeah. Let's get some speed going. This is going to be an intermediate sprint for sure. Charlotte Westover feeling excited about the opportunity for cash. Starts to accelerate a little bit off the front. That's the rider for the Jay Baker Juniors team. Heather Nielsen starting to catch the rider in blue for Center Cycles. Gets on the wheel of that second rider and has now brought things back together again. Our rider in red, though, is in good position now to try to overtake and look for the cash herself. Here comes the sprint for the 60. Ooh, oh yeah, clearing away, no questions asked. Wow, big acceleration from Isla Rendell. Triple Shot Youth, it looks like number 232 picks up the $60 preem. Man, oh man. Seven to go. Erica Reeser, number 223, coming out from Windsor, Ontario, for our Junior Takeover event, is at the lead now, the rider in yellow. None of our riders making it fast here today. If you want to show some love to the riders coming later, too, you can still stay in the super chat. The only thing I have to look at is my treasurer and make sure we actually have cash on hand. Otherwise, we might be Venmoing your preems to you. Okay, so far we're good. If it gets out of hand, then we have to kind of be like, all right, hold on, slow the roll. We'll put that into the bank for the next time we race. That sometimes can happen for us here. All right, so far, good speed from the group. We see 6 to go. Most of our riders all together. We've had a little bit of damage after that first sprint, but most of the starters are still here. Rider of the Year, Annette Williams riding in the green and purple. Always one to watch. Number 11 is our local speedster and overall champ so far. We saw what Kelly Darlene could do during the Vision Grand Prix. Had a couple of really great races, and she's number 9 in this group. And I got $100 to lead the lap. $100 to lead the lap. Oh yeah, there we go. There's the sprint now starting. I was like, waiting, where's the movement? It's gonna come. I'm gonna see some big movements here. And now we're really starting to see things open up down the back straight. All the speedsters are gathering up here. They hear $100. I say, oh, I don't need to win. I need $100. Let's go. Oh, here comes the rider from Rice University with a great jump for Darlene. She's in a good position. I think she's got enough distance and enough speed here. Oh, the chase is coming. It's a bit of a sprint. It's Darlene. Oh, wow, it's close. Oh, it might have been Kimberly Chen on the outside. To the line. My eye says it's going to be on the outside, but we're looking at the finish line camera to confirm. It will be Kimberly Chen in a really close catch for the big catch. That helps with the travel bill. She had to come from a ways out of town. Whoa. That was a great jump from Darlene out of turn 3. Great acceleration and a bit surprising for the field, but Chen just dug deep and got enough. Chen is called the victor on the sprint for the $100. That was close. What a great fun race within the race. Now it's the race for the win at 3 to go. Both Chen and Darlene are trying to get some oxygen back in the system. These great athletes are thinking, ooh, that was hard. Great opportunity now for Erica Reeser to take over at the front. A rider in yellow re-accelerates things. Chen jumps right onto her wheel, and there's Annette Williams, the Rider of the Year jersey, following along for the fun as well. So we can start to see the riders now really getting anxious and ready for this finish. Bit of speed at the front. Chen's not going to do much pulling. She's still coming off of that big sprint and says, nope, you can't make me do that. 2 to go. Everybody's watching 27 now. Seeing that speed in that previous sprint. Erica's going to try and go again. Kind of just rolls up to speed. Doesn't want it to go too slow right now. So the rider in yellow sort of serving as our re-accelerant here for the group. Next time around, they'll be getting the glorious sound of the bell at 1 to go, and we'll finally figure out who our winner is. Right after this is done, I think we're trying to do as many of these podiums for the juniors on the infield, so it looks like some of that is starting to happen now. Oh, they're bunching up. Who's going to take this one? 1 to go. Riders have picked their wheel. Looks like Scoville, number 1, right behind the Rice University competitor, Darlene, down the sprinter's lane. Your winner of the big $100 is in the second line right above the red. And there's Williams following her, saying, I want to follow this speedster around the track and see if I can get her at the line. And these riders now coming up to speed, hitting turn 3 for the finish. Rice University leading things out, number 9. Here comes Darlene, and now Scoville, the local speedster for the Jerry Baker Juniors, ready to heat up this finish. Good acceleration out of the sprinter's lane and down across the red line. We'll be able to hold on. Scoville, Chen go 1 and 2. Tendo Mukahanana from Triple Shot, I believe that was number 231, third across the line. Another one of our Victoria riders finding a top 3 finish here this weekend. Racing there for the Open Women. What an exciting moment that was. We got at least another finisher still coming around. And we're all catching our breath. That was exciting and lots of fun. We're trying to finish up podiums on the infield while we call up our next group. So Cat 1-2s are set to start here in just a moment. We'll bring you to the rail. A few more of our travelers figuring out their exit still. So we'll remind everybody that you finish up on the same lap that you finish. You exit on the back straight as you can into the warm-up circle. I think we are nearly clear. We got a few more still on our apron. Up next, the Cat 1-2 men for their scratch with preems. And please, now up to the rail, Cat 1-2 men. Leave room at the gate. We're going to try and get juniors out. So if you could, when you line up at the rail, let's leave a little gap for the junior C's and D's, AKA the bedtime group. Hope you're having a beautiful evening. If you joined us here in the Velodrome, you're enjoying great weather here in Redmond. It's been a wonderful Friday. Bit of a temperature drop here. It's gotten a little bit on the cooler side as we now have a little bit of cloud cover, and it's been such a great day of racing so far, and still a lot of really cool stuff to come up as we've got a couple scratch races with preems. We saw how much fun those can be, especially when riders get the benefit of some fans throwing a little extra cash. That kind of ups the ante and the excitement level. We got a couple more of those to come, and then, of course, our points racing champions for the region to be found out for our elite riders a little bit later on in our program as well. Stick around. Beverage gardens open, food trucks serving. It's a great environment here at the Velodrome. If you're tuned in on the live stream, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, share. You know what to do. Currently, I have one preem for $20 for the Cat 1-2s. One preem. $20. If I ring the bell more, you'll know it's because some craziness has happened. I mean the good kind, Nolan, the good kind. Like the money being given to you thing. Currently in the neutral for a 20-lap scratch race with preems. This is our Cat 1-2 men. It's been a busy month of racing for our elites as we've had the Vision Grand Prix just happen just a few weeks ago. We had a really, let's call it a really unique evening of racing 1 week ago. And then before that, of course, we had Derby Days just 3 weeks back. I hope a lot of you enjoyed your Derby Days stay here in Redmond. We are extending the neutral for a mechanical. Cat 1-2 men, the race is neutralized for the meantime. We've got a mechanical. We are going to try to get a rider back into the field. Stand by for that. So to finish my promo spot before I had to do my other job, you can rewatch all the great racing from July on our YouTube. It's all up there. JB Velodrome. Again, search for us, JB Velodrome. You can rewatch all of those great racing moments. I mean, there were some really pretty fun moments, I must say. Very unique things to have happened last week. Matty Hurst, special night of racing. It was good. Oh, speaking of Matty Hurst, there he goes. I was trying to think of another venue. I'd be curious. Is there another venue where there's someone who's the voice of the stadium, like when there's an official call or anything, and also a live broadcast and also an in-person stadium, you know what I mean? It's like all those things at the same time. I don't know if I've been to another venue with that. I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure one out because I don't think horse racing does quite the same amount in that regard, but that's like the other closest thing I can think of. Our rider's getting set to go out of turn 4. I think our rider got out there, and there's our whistle. Racing's underway. 20 to go. And our riders all together here in the early goings of the race. Our scratch race doesn't have any built-in incentive except for your own personal tactics. I mean, how do you want to approach the race? Do you want to approach it fast right from the very beginning? You try to make it hard for the riders who train for top speed and maybe endurance isn't something they get to quite as often. Then you want to make it fast right away. You want to be sneaky and stay in the field and win a bunch sprint. You're going to try and hide kind of in the middle, find your wheel, not work too much at the front. Be ready to jump on anything in case there's some sort of a break in the fields. Other than that, it's just go fast when the right time has come for you. And right now, the riders just taking their turns at the front. Short poles, some quick rotations. The breeze has kind of picked up a little bit here as the temperature has dropped just a hair. Might be impacting the speed a little bit on one side or the other for the groups. We'll get a couple of our riders who showed up to race here today. Again, it's not a big field. We had a busy July, and this was a little bit more of a junior night, so I think some of our riders may have chosen to finally have a rest somewhere in the middle of this very busy summer that we've all had. But that's Mario Sandoval at the front for just a moment. Our rider of the year from last year, so he gets a good bib number, being first in the numerical series for the group. Kenny Williams for Center Cycles at the front for a moment. And Brad Cunningham for Keller Rohrbach is at the front now in the black. Ludo Max beat cycling, gives room to Carl Hofer of the Fount Cycling Guild. Your Rider of the Year jersey on John Bowie right behind him. Enduro turned sprinter, but never actually turned anything. I think he's just stronger than we all expected him to be. He had a strong training season and came in with really good speed here at the beginning of the season. Has done a lot of winning at the Velodrome on Friday nights, and he has the Rider of the Year jersey to prove it on him right now. He's at the lead of the field at 15 to go. Our recent upgrade for out of the Jerry Baker Juniors team, the youngster Merrick Gallagher, I think he's 16 years old, already looking very speedy, a recent upgrade into the field, and he continues to improve week after week. He's up there at the front just for a moment. He's got the red helmet on with the black kit and a little bit of blue with the red bike. Keep watching that kid. He's going to be racing fast for several more years. 14 to go. Elliot Crowther, recent resurgent returner to the track. Got a chance to catch up with him after the Grand Prix coming out of New Zealand is where he did all his racing over a decade to get back into it and kind of raced into speed here during the season. Has been working really hard to prepare his year, and that's the rider in blue, number 143 again, Elliot Crowther, who had a great GP this year. Another name to watch out for, I think, here in a Cat 1-2 field. I believe that's another new name to join us. Andrew Lynch at the front for just a moment. 152 has been a speedster in the Cat 3, gets his upgrade and joins the group for the Gene Johnson cycling team. A lot of riders on that big team. We got a few of them here that make the Velodrome their weekly home for racing during the summer. Darlene out the front, Mike Darlene for Center Cycles for just his pole at 12 to go. Another Fount Cycling Guild there, right behind him, Chris Wilson, number 107. A few of these riders in this group are going to want to try to make something happen before the big finish, especially with 18 riders still all riding together. No real attacks. Nobody's wanting to go crazy here off the front, which means that this is going to be either a bunch sprint, the fastest racer in the group will just take it if they're in the right position, or try to find an opportunity sometime after 10 laps where you might be able to make some attacks happen. I think this is going to be a fairly predictable ending. 11 to go. There's Bowie again at the front, so he's staying near the front to make sure he's near any sort of activity. If you call the name a few times here at the front, you know that they're rotating short here. That's a short rotation again by Bowie. He falls back in about fifth wheel. Wants to stay near the front. Andy Baker at the front for a moment there as well. And there's again is Sandoval. So you can see the front end of this field is made up from the same group of riders. You've got about 5 or 6 that are now trying to stay a little bit further back, a little bit out of the lead. That doesn't mean they're out of the race. They're just being a little bit more greedy for their effort right now, maybe holding on for what is expected to be a very fast finish. Miller starts to pick up the pace here a bit. Immediately the field strung out more single file. Miller and now Bowie on the front. And a bit of a gap here. Bowie's doing a good effort. Miller, also a rider I think that surprised a lot of people in his sprints that he put together. And it was really more of racing sometimes a kilo when he came out here. It was long efforts with good speed, so he's got good endurance for this kind of speed here, and I think between Bowie and Miller, this could be a bit of a threat. Starting to feel a little bit of anxiety from the field after they pass the 9 to go mark. No preem yet, and the finish line is still a ways away. That's Miller and Bowie still working well together. The rider in white for 10-speed hero, that's Miller now on the front. The gap opening just a hair here at 8 to go. Both riders starting to gasp a little bit for some good air here. They're trying to fall into good rhythm. Back on the field, that's Andy Baker, Chris Wilson at the front, Mario Sandoval all lined up. There's Elliot Crowther again, the rider in the sort of aquamarine colored blue. And how about a lucky 7? I got a $20 to lead this lap. 20 bucks to lead this lap. 20 bucks to lead this lap at 7 to go. 20 bucks to lead the lap at 7 to go. There's a bit of a snap here still. That's just been around for it's been persistent gap between the two leaders and the rest of the field. It's almost like Bowie and Miller just wanted to get together to get some sort of workout going here, as it was pretty stagnant before that. But now here with the $20 promise, this is starting to encourage some of the riders in that field to do the work to bridge this gap. Miller's trying to come around Bowie for the cash prize, but Crowther says, yeah, I'm going to come collect this. Now Crowther might use this as a bit of a ramp up for himself. Again, I saw what he was capable of during the Grand Prix, and he came on really strong mid-season and has been improving week on week. Had a great Madison as he's chasing down the top team. I believe came in second overall in that competition, maybe third, but it was one heck of a good race. And these are the kind of efforts that he was putting together out there in front of the fastest riders we could bring into Redmond. See what he can do here with 5 to go, as he's now on his own. No partner, no rest. Just Crowther versus the rest of this field. Matty Hers, number 104, makes his presence to the front now. There's Gallagher again, the junior rider, just briefly touching the front. This is our Cat 1-2s by the upgrade system, meant to be your fastest group. They race usually the longest distance out of our men categories.
And Corey, I was just checking my email, and I see $40 coming in via the website for race preems. So you get to choose where that goes.
All right, I got this. We have a combination of that plus Haldy's hand-built wheels requiring a certain lap in this race is getting an extra 50. I'm going to put that together, and let's just call it a $100 preem on a lap upcoming. 3 to go. I wonder when I was required to ring the bell. Haldy's hand-built wheels, good product, good friend of the Velodrome, longtime good friend of the Velodrome, of course. Single malt velo racer, and throwing down the cash and saying, I got one for these guys, but it's got to be at a particular point in the race. And if these guys are watching the YouTube, they could see he said it's got to be at 2 to go. At 2 to go, $100 to lead the lap. $100 to lead the lap. $100 to lead the lap. Will anybody catch Crowther in time? Matty Hers is going to try and go all out to see if he can do this. He's got a long ways to go. Crowther's trying to be out the front still. Here comes Hers. Can he get the closing distance? Crowther's still in the right position. Here comes Hers, still on the pursuit. I don't think it's going to be quite enough, though, as it'll be Crowther picking up the big cash and the 1 to go. 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go, and $100 for Crowther. And it's 1 to go. Thank you to Haldy's Hand-Built Wheels for the extra cash donation in the preems. Crowther's working on one heck of a career. He might need some special wheels. Who knows? If you want to get a little extra help with fixing up some old wheels, or you want a unique look or some refurbished projects, I know that Haldy's Hand-Built Wheels will get you covered. Here we go. The big finish. Hers almost making the catch, but it will be Crowther. The resurging speedster number 143 continues to put together a really interesting 2023. He kind of showed up on one night and everybody's like, who's this guy and what's happened here? And then by the time we got to the end of July, he was at the front of the field in a lot of races, and he does it again here on the scratch race with a solo break, picking up a whole lot of cash along the way. A couple more riders still on the track before we get on to our next race. A little crazy back there. Looks like we needed the extra time. All right, coming on down now. Cat 3 men, scratch with preems. Once again, my starting point is $20. $20. One preem. All right, one preem right now, promise for the Cat 3 so far. It's a $20 preem up for grabs in this 15-lap scratch. The big race for our riders today is coming up. We got the long points races around the corner. Currently on the track in the neutral, these are the Cat 3 men, and I see a new Rider of the Year jersey. Peter Snowblin works his way up to the top of the competition, wears the green and purple here this week. Underneath that, of course, would normally be the colors of Aerotech Racing. A weekly competitor here, always consistent. Has put together enough wins, enough top threes, and top fives to be in the Rider of the Year here today. For the Cat 3 men, look out for him today, as well as this a little bit smaller but still quick group of competitors in their 15-lap scratch set to start out of turn 4 in just a moment. Racing's underway, 15 to go. Justin Pryor, number 322, gets hustling very quickly on this first lap. Okay, Haldeman's just going to keep going. He says he's got $25 in the back pocket for these riders as well. So I'm going to up our preem here. We'll see what else happens before I ring the bell, so I won't make any final adjustments. But thanks again to Haldy's Hand-Built Wheels for tossing a little extra cash for the Cat 3s as well. One of our great sponsors and partners, also, of course, a racer and regular member. He's out and away. He's down under right now. So I don't know, he's like waking up yesterday now. Is it next week? I don't know how that works. Yeah, wouldn't he don't you fall off the earth and you're upside down there? That's the down under? I don't know how they do that. 13 to go. I don't know, I don't travel very much. I just stick around here and talk about racing all the time. Our group's sticking together right now, kind of at the blue line behind Justin. Again, a smaller group. There's been some recent upgrades out of the group. So what this tends to do is there's a bit of a dip for the group as they're trying to figure out, okay, who's the new rider to watch? Like, where is the speed going to come from? And that can be kind of a question mark for these Cat 3s. They find themselves between our more novice sort of group, the Cat 4s, and then the more elite group, the Cat 1-2s. Sometimes you got riders that are really advanced and experienced, like someone like Justin Pryor, who's at the front. He's already a Cat 2, Cat 1 on the road. Has lots of racing experience. He's just working his way up as a track racer now. Where you think, okay, well, this rider's obviously got good legs. He's got a good sense of himself. He's good on a bike. He's just learning how to race out here. He's going to be good in time. He'll figure it out. And then other riders you've got that are they're young riders, they're juniors, they're growing up here, and they're working their way very progressively through. You've got riders that have been around for years that just come out on Friday nights because it's part of their community. It's part of their personal fitness to just have fun on a Friday. So there's lots of different dynamics that happen in our regional group here, these Cat 3 riders. Today, they're even joined by a few out-of-towners despite the smaller size, including the rider there at the front. That's going to be Gavin Newman making his way back from the East Portland Youth Cycling Team. Clearly in this group, I'd say a favorite to be a winner in any of the bunch sprints. He's shown really good finishing speed whenever he's near the front or even 5 or 6 bikes back. He's got really good grit in those group sprints. Okay, Haldy says it's late tomorrow afternoon. Okay, thank you for clearing that up. That's too much to think about with a race going on and everything else happening. Our riders on a bit of an acceleration here as we come on to turn 3, because look who's moving up now. It's Snowby feeling now it's time to show off the cool new colors and take a move on the front. 9 to go. Snowblin on the attack. The rest of the field wants to try to find a way to mark that speed. If you come out here every week and watch, you may not recognize 341, the rider in green. That's Will Mitchell joining us from Victoria, British Columbia. So another one of our out-of-towners benefiting our group here because of the Junior Takeover. We've got families and riders coming in from more far-flung places than our normal Pacific Northwest, Greater Seattle area. Eight to go. Kit Colbert, number 324, comes to the front. That's the colors of Liquid Velo Racing. Bit of quick rotations there as riders are kind of figure out again who's going to be the rider to watch. This is another one of the youngsters actually in this group, but he has been really improving since coming back from nationals. The junior team kind of had their big middle of July push. Magidson with the white helmet, the black kid of the Jerry Baker Juniors team. Another rider to be very wary of in the middle of this very fast group. He's sitting now about 5 wheels back. So we'll combine the cash from Haldy and the cash we had up. We got a $45 single preem from this race. And good time for Kit. I'm going to bring it right now at 6 to go. It's $45 to lead the lap at 6 to go. $45 to lead the lap at 6 to go. A little bit of help more from our friend down under. Haldeman's throwing in the 25 to make it a little bit faster, a little bit more fun for the race. Your rider, Will Mitchell, the out-of-towner, trying to take advantage here, but here comes the junior, Magidson, who I was talking about not too long ago, shown great speed and really good sprinting ability out of the field. It's just gotten better and better here through August, and here he comes again. Magidson, 399, collecting big there. He'll take the cash home, looking very dominant out of the group, but not a lot of challenge as his speed looked a little bit too hard to counter. And he's just had, again, a really solid July, really improving. We'll see. I'm excited to see what he does to kind of close out 2023, including Fred's race where our juniors and our masters get to throw down for regional championships in a few weeks from now. That's August 24th, 25th, and 26th here at the track. Excuse me, 25th, 26th, and 27th. 4 to go. Warning to 321, Mike Ritter for entering the sprinter's lane while occupied. Officials warning for Ritter, 321 for entering the sprinter's lane while occupied. One recorded official warning. We got a Gavin Newman fan tuning in and giving love to the stream. Good to see you on there. Thanks for tuning in and watching. Gavin's been doing really well here in 2023. Started as a Cat 4. He's the rider near the front of the field for the Epic Racing team. He's got the white bike with that really colorful, cool kid on. That's Team Epic. What a great nickname for the riders out of Portland. Coming as a Cat 4 and just has been improving all year. Gets to be ungear restricted here in the Cat 3s and right away became a factor every time he makes his way up the I-5 corridor. But this right now is a solo break at 2 to go for Justin Pryor, number 322. I talked about him at the beginning. He's got great race sense, an experienced racer. He's just working his way up through the categories here, and you're not surprised to see him say, I'm not going to win in a sprint. I'm a roadie. I'm going to go now. Try to catch me. And he just goes off the front and puts in a really consistent effort. A good move for the athlete here. Found his opportunity, found his time, and just says, I'm going to win this thing off the front. We've seen this a little bit tonight. Crowther did the same thing for his group, and now Pryor's trying to show off just how good he looks doing the same move. 322 gets the bell, 1 to go. The field gets the bell. The acceleration coming from Tyrell Lacey from Liquid Velo. It's second place on the line right now. I don't think we're going to catch our leader. Magidson gets himself lined up. Fowler and Newman, a whole bunch of the juniors, our under 18 competitors, are all trying to chase this down, but Magidson has really got a good turn of speed out of the group. Lacey's trying to hold on, but Magidson just pulling away on another level. Your finisher, Justin Pryor, will be your winner here in the scratch. Nice breakaway effort from him. And Magidson looking over his shoulder says, I think I've done it already. Solid racing for him, as well as Lacey making the move. 400 meters to go. All right, now it's a bit busy here. We've got some entrances and exits, but our Cat 4 men category have been invited up to the rail for their scratch race with preems. Currently, it is a single $20 preem when I ring the bell sometime during this 12-lap race. And here we go. In the neutral right now, our Cat 4 men, there's going to be a lot of our riders that would usually be racing under the junior banner. There's some of our younger riders that are also eligible to compete here in this Cat 4 men group. This is part of the Junior Takeover weekend, Friday night racing, continuing on here in a bit. Racing starting, 12 to go. We race all the way through the month of August. We have a few races in the very beginning of September. When it's rainy season in Washington, we tend to close shop. We lack a roof here at our Velodrome. We lack a few other basic things like access to good quality internet. We're not going to complain too much about that out too loudly, but that's another issue. But when it's raining, we can't race. It's a little too slick. It's a little too dangerous. So we take our off season at the end of September, or at the beginning of September. We've got our finale. We have a little bit of a postseason celebration, and then off we go. We close the doors. This public facility is still technically open. When we're not racing, you can come out here on a bike. You can come on here on scooters. You can do just about anything. It is public land. When we're not using it, we're not using it for track bikes. So check the calendar if you want to come out during the off season or even during the season and try kind of checking this out yourself. And it's already 10 to go. I'm going to give the preem now. $20 to lead the lap. $20 to lead the lap. At 10 to go. $20 to lead the lap for the Cat 4 men. Nice and early here. Let's get it going. They weren't even expecting it. I was like mid-promo. It's early. What are you doing? Nice catch here from the field as the bell's ringing kind of as one rider's off the front. Maybe not the timing they wanted, but it's across the track here. Oh, it'll be our rider above the blue. Number 460 is going to be Wyatt Paul, who's been really pretty much wiping the floor the last couple of weeks, this group. A recent upgrader into the Cat 4s and has been very strong, very hard to beat. Very quickly we'll find their upgrade into a Cat 3, I imagine, here before the end of this season with all the victories they're picking up in the Cat 4s. And Wyatt gets another $20 into his back pocket, and we'll see what he can do with the rest of this race. Again, he's been hard to beat in this Cat 4 field for most of the time he's been out here. Just a few short weeks, but I've seen, again, it just seems like every time he lines up, it's Wyatt's race to win. Number 460. He picks up some new colorful looking helmet there too to match the socks. He's got a good look going. You always see where he is in the field. Now it's the rest of the field's turn to figure out how they're going to beat this guy. As we've got 8 to go last time they came across the line. They'll be seeing 7 on this trip around the track. Currently no line and still plenty of seats in the beverage garden. Zach wants another friend. Come over and get another beverage. If you already picked up one, get another. Come on, don't be shy. It's all right. You're in a park. It'll be fine. It's safe. We're good. We got you. $7 pours and the beautiful reusable Stanley Cups. You get Postdoc Brewing or Locust Ciders we got here this evening and every evening during Friday night racing. On your way over, check out our food trucks that are still hanging out with us, helping you with your food needs. I think donuts, we can call donuts food, right? Yeah, I think so. The mini donuts are definitely delicious. Definitely. I mean, it'll help you out. And I think the kids have already taken their fill, so anything that's left, the adults can enjoy. And I know our crowds have sort of shrunk just a little bit here, and I know Michael's still hanging out, but I'm going to throw out one more thanks again to Move Redmond, our partners here for today. Check out redmondmove.org, where you can learn more. MoveRedmond.org, where you can learn more about the upcoming event they've been sponsoring with us here today. We've been talking quite a bit about it, but I'll give another quick shout out here today for our friends. It's the upcoming Open Streets Festival, which is coming on Saturday, August 26th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's right here in Redmond on 161st in Cleveland. Over 40 local businesses, some community organizations, food trucks are coming in. There's going to be something for everybody in the family, intended for the kids and for the whole family to come out and enjoy. There'll be live music. There's a free yoga and Zumba class going on, story time, and more. Oh, my goodness. The full lineup of activities. Go check out MoveRedmond.org. The date, again, is August 26th. Our group walking around the track here together, just taking their turns at the front. It's actually pretty wide across the track right now, as the pace a little bit more middling at this point. Riders riding wide means they're kind of they're taking it easy at this point. At 4 to go, riders looking around for the next bit of action. David Avery right there at the front for Work Health Solutions Racing, calling up from Sunol, California. Brought his daughter with him, saw Sophia racing in the juniors earlier today. And he thought he'd put on the kitten race with the Cat 4 men as well while he's up here. So there's our full West Coast representation. Our Californians up through British Columbia all here hanging out today and through the weekend for this Junior Takeover. There'll be more racing tomorrow and on Sunday, though the big focus is going to be on education and really focusing on the young riders and a little bit less on our big show and the fans. Big move here at 3 to go. Here we go, picking up nice speed. That's Jack Hampson. His younger brother is riding earlier today for the junior groups we saw earlier. Now Jack's trying to get a nice turn of speed going. Wyatt Paul says, yeah, that's my move. He's going to come right back up and try to get onto the wheel, so he knows how to catch just about any attack he sees. Hampson's got a wheel if he wants to get on it. They're trying to scramble a bit from the front. This stretches the whole field out. Bell's still not even ringing for another lap. We got 2 to go. Wyatt Paul on the front. There's Hampson on his wheel for Epic Cycling, lined up. There's 470. David Avery, our rider from California, leads the field back up. And they'll come back together again. Hampson finds the blue line and resets. Wyatt has no reason to try again. He thinks he can just beat anybody. He'll sit back in the field and let this thing come together for a sprint. As Hampson's attack fizzles, the field bunches behind him. Basically, really long lines starting to just bunch up as the speed slows. And the bell's ringing. I think this is where we accelerate. 1 to go. Hesitation from everyone here. Big effort to catch Hampson. Everybody's trying to catch their breath and make this a bit of a shorter sprint. Hampson wants to go again. A nice move out of the saddle as he tries to re-accelerate the bike. He's in good shape here today. Wants to put in one more dig. Wyatt Paul is forced to respond. He's got to get on that wheel quick. Hampson's got one more attack here. He's going to try and take the win. Team Epic versus Wyatt Paul. This might be the difference maker. Wyatt's not had Hampson around to try to challenge him, and now the kid's got him right side by side, but still, Wyatt Paul, just enough acceleration at the end. Still so savvy. Nice finish. Hampson will come across the line second. Conrad Mayer, I believe I had it number 418, if I'm not mistaken, for Dyna Racing, was third across the line. And that will do it for the Cat 4 men in this scratch race with Preems. And just confirming that we're good to go. I guess they've already decided we are. Open women to the rail for the regional championship points for the open women. 30 laps. We're going to be doing, I believe, a 6x5. And we're going to decide a regional champion at the end of this one. For the Greater Pacific Northwest area, we'll start here in just a little bit with their neutral after getting them the start. On deck. Another regional championship here in championship month. It's the regional championship points race for the Cat 1-2 men, adjusted to a 60-lap event today, down from 70. A slight adjustment from the original posted schedule. Last call for open women for the regional points championship race here. Here we go. Our open women to the rail. All right, the sound of the whistle is the beginning of the neutral lap for this points race. Again, a 6x5 for new fans of the sport. You may not have seen a points race before if this is your first time at the Velodrome. If you've been here more than once, you probably have seen at least a few points races by now. The rules work out the same for our regional championship as the rest of them. It's a 5, 3, 2, and 1 on the first 4 riders on each of our special sprint laps. You'll know you're on one of them when you hear the bells ringing. In a 6x5, there's going to be 6 sprints separated by 5 laps each. Bells at 26, 21, and so on. First 4 riders get 5, 3, 2, and 1 on each of those laps, except for the last lap, it gets doubled up 10, 6, 4, and 2. The rider with the most number of points at the end, no surprise, that's your winner. If you lap the field in a points race, you gain 20 points. So if you go all the way around and catch the big group called the field, you gain 20. If the big group called the field catches you because you fell off the back, you lose 20. The final stipulation on that is any ties in points are sorted on the final lap, but the tiebreaker is based on finishing order on the final sprint. Saying 30 to go, off we go for our regional championship here for the sprints, or points, excuse me. And our riders have 6 chances to sprint for points. First bell is at 26 to go. Two laps before we'll hear the bell. Edwards at the front before Scoville takes over. More call out for Lou Kelly. That fan's still watching on the live stream. Hopefully you're enjoying the production. You've already hit that thumbs up. I know you're subscribing if you're chatting, so thank you for doing so. If you're out there still enjoying it, don't forget to hit that share button too. That really helps. If you want to talk about the algorithm, leaving your comments on the videos later can also be great. So come back and rewatch the fun. Leave a comment about something cool you saw here. If you're watching later, go back in the comments and make a mark about your favorite thing you liked during the race. You didn't like it, hit the dislike button if you want to. 26 to go. First, sprint for points. Any engagement's good engagement. That's the thing. That's what you want. You want engagement. So I'm here to get the engagement. Good move here for our rider in yellow, Erica Reeser, trying to hold on to the front for the first point sprint. Kimberly Chen trying to challenge here now as well. These two riders head-to-head. Chen will take the first 5. Reeser takes 3. Williams for 2. And Scoville, for her bib number is worth, give her 1. Yeah, the only thing I don't know what to do with is like a, it's like the 3-star Google review for the Velodrome without any feedback on it. It's like if you're going to give the thumbs down, at least give it a comment to help and tell us how we can do better. Reach out and tell us what we can do better on the stream. We're literally streaming out of a shed in the middle of a park in King County Parks, running off the public Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're doing our best, all things considered. But if you got feedback, we want to hear it. We want to know what we can do better. We're trying to do everything we can to bring a good production to fans out there. And of course, here in the park, if you got questions, concerns, comments, or anything you'd just like to chat about with our staff, you're here hanging out, don't know what's going on, or want to know more about how you can be involved, we are happy to chat. I see, of course, besides myself up here on the deck, who's always willing to chat anybody up. I know Eric's running around the inside. He's wearing the big Velodrome shirt on. He's our race night manager. He's here every week. He knows everything. You always talk to Eric. He's wearing the big Staffler on the back. So don't be afraid. Come up and have a chat or have a question. And if, private readings more your speed, velodrome.org has most about what we do, including how to volunteer, how to donate, all of our racing and learning programs, all in one place. A little bit of speed there. I was worried this might completely pull apart the field, but good bit of recovery there as now Scoville sits up the blue. A couple riders will be able to get back into things, but it is starting to look a little bit smaller than we started. This is going to be the race of the few here in a bit. Reeser looking really strong tonight. Just every time there's open track in front of her, she goes. She's going to keep it fast for this field, and I think that might be one of the things that's causing some of the hurt here for the rest of the athletes, is Reeser's just not going to give up. As the bell's ringing, Reeser starting to get a little bit worried as she looks over the shoulder. She sees Kimberly Chen, who's been really dominant here today in this group. Coming in for some more effort here. Sticking around from the Grand Prix and has been coming back for another bout here, 2 weeks away from the Grand Prix, and is looking strong here again. Officially racing for the Triple Shot Cycling Club, picks up another 5. 3 for Williams, 2 for Darlene, and that's 1 point for Lou. My unofficial points totals have Kimberly Chen from Triple Shot Cycling Club in the lead with 10. Annette Williams, the Rider of the Year jersey, number 11 with 5 in second. Erica Reeser, number 223 in third with 3. Kelly Darlene's got 2, and both Lou and Danny have 1. Points totals, of course, unofficial. Seeing 18 to go. Your group here on the home straight is our field. And it's been under some duress here. There's been a lot of speed. But one of the big instigators, looks like Reeser's starting to fall off the pace a little bit. This has changed the dynamic just a hair. You also see a couple of the riders getting caught now or adding numbers at the back of the field. As they're caught by the field, they lose 20 though, so they're scored down. That's a big hole to get out of here. I don't think the majority of that 5 or 6 rider field is going to be losing a lap anytime soon. We're going to be seeing our top 5 and our eventual champion out of that group that continues to drive the pace. Heather Nielsen amongst them, number 3 looking around. And the field kind of bunching up down here on the back straight. Again, your big names still in this group. Everybody's the expected competitors have held on to the speed. This bit of respite is allowing what appears to be Edwards and Reeser to get back onto the pace of the group. So both riders not having lost a lap. They're still technically on the same lap as the group. They're not down 20. They make their way up before the bell's ringing, but this is a tough time to catch. It's right before the sprint gets underway. Reeser and Edwards find contact as Nielsen at the front, number 3, tries to pull up a bit more speed for herself for center cycles. Darlene right there with her, one of the riders with points. Your leader in third wheel position, that's Kimberly Chen. Still holding on to the speed from your lead rider, Nielsen. Now Darlene, Scoville, Chen all trying to fan out. It's Darlene in the lead right now. Chen's going to make the jump though. Chen jumps for 5, Darlene 3, Scoville for 2, and Annette Williams for 1. No surprise, you win all the sprints, you're all to the top of the competition. I got Chen, your unofficial, leader with 15 points after winning the first 3 sprints. Next closest rider I have right now, it's Annette Williams with 6. Kelly Darlene with 5. And then 2 riders with 3 is Danny Scoville and Erica Reeser. Those points are unofficial, but appear to be matching the official record close enough. So we'll call it good enough for what we're doing here today. Official results always to be posted after the racing is done. But your leader, very dominant. The fight for second place right now is much more interesting. However, this is a championship. Top spot on the podium really will become the regional champion. And right now, that's going to be really right now, it's Kimberly Chen's race to lose as she has a pretty dominant position. Next closest rider trails by 9. That's Annette Williams with 6. 13 to go. Your race leader comes up to the front. Everybody kind of fans out behind her. She's parked down in the sprinter's lane, but not in go mode, just carrying momentum. The rest of the field happy to be there with her. Annette's watching her closely. Number 11 moves up the track with her, knowing she's the primary mover and shaker of this group. Scoville, another one of the speedsters, trying to fight over second place. The rider with that orange helmet has good points, but needs to find some more. Trying to be near the front and get ready for this next sprint at 12 to go. Everybody moving up to the same position that Chen's in. She's clearly dictating just about every portion of this race. Its tempo, its position, where the field will sit, as they know that she has dominated these sprints so far. Reeser coming along the rail. The rider in yellow has made it back into the field, has recovered enough to make an attack. A nice athletic move here for Erica, who's going to come back into this race. She ain't going to shy away from a challenge. Kind of a newer name for me here to see, but she's established herself as not to be held down. Going to come right back into this race with good form, but down the back straight now, it's going to be some other riders on the wheel trying to find their place. Here comes Darlene. ready to collect some big points. Chen being left out way at the back end of this long sprint line out behind Darlene. This will get some new riders a chance for points. Williams really wants the 5. Williams 5, Darlene 3, Scoville 2. Chen gets 1, still finds a point, your race leader does, but not as much as maybe she was hoping for. $16 to your leader now, and officially that's Kimberly Chen, still number 27 for Triple Shot Cycling, leads with 16. In second now, Annette Williams picks up 5 to give her a total of 11. That's getting a little bit more interesting now as Williams starts to close in a bit more. Following Williams in third, I got Kelly Darlene with 8, Scoville in fourth with 5. That matches the official record, which makes this a good race right now for pretty much every position. It's gotten a little bit more open now. 5 points separate first and second, with 2 sprints remaining, including the big double sprint. So plenty of opportunities for this to get mixed up here as Chen still with 16. Williams now with 11. There's your story for the top of the race. Number 11, Annette Williams chasing number 27, Kimberly Chen for the top. 8 to go. 2 more laps for another bell. There's Scoville at the front, your rider currently in fourth with 5. The rider currently in second, right behind her, number 11, the Rider of the Year jersey, our local competitor, Annette Williams, always good here on the Open Women category week after week. The young upstart that's come in from out of town, of course, Triple Shot Cycling, not really an upstart, just consistent competitor, showed this exact same speed during the GP. Right at the very back end, she's following Annette now, saying, okay, your turn to lead. So a bit of hesitation and definitely a slower pace here on the last lap and a half as everybody's feeling a little bit gassed here on this fairly long points race. Seeing 7 to go now, resetting for an important 2 sprints upcoming. And another move here for Erica as things open up in front of her. She's going to get on the go. At the least going to turn this Friday night racing into an opportunity to get stronger. Every time that there's open track, make an attack, do something, get stronger, get better. You can't lose in the long run if you're getting stronger every week. 6 to go. Erica's still on the attack here. The field's lined up, including the junior speedster. Oh, Chen wanted to get around. Erica moved up. It's a bit of an abandon there for a lot of the field as they move around. This gives a whole new opportunity as the wind's really taken out of the sails of your race leader. This is a big moment here because as she gets pulled off of that big effort, this gives an opportunity for Williams to be in the perfect spot to come up for another 5. Trying to get a little bit closer to your leader. Here comes Williams, Darlene, and Chen. Williams, Chen, Darlene in that order, followed by Nielsen. So it gets a little closer still. Unofficially, I got Kimberly Chen still leading, 19 points currently to your race leader. And in second is Williams with 16 points, getting closer. In third with 10 is Darlene. Not too far off the leader either. Coming up in our final sprint, it's going to be a big one for the win here. Chen has only got 3 points on the chasing Annette Williams. Making this announcement so it is known on Erica Reeser, there will be an official's warning recorded for dangerous riding moving up track when there was another rider there. That will be recorded. That was from the previous sprint. Riders getting set here again for a very important sprint. We're going to be watching both number 11 and number 27 very closely. They're right in the middle of the field. Look for the white helmet of Annette Williams at the back right now. She's wearing the green and purple, riding the blue line, and right in front of her is exactly who she wants to watch. So watch the way these two racers maneuver, because where they are in this field is going to matter a whole lot as we get ready for this next sprint. Your winner of this next sprint may very well be the winner of this regional championship, based solely on the results of that one. If Chen can stay off the attack of Williams or just finish in front of her, Chen holds on to the win. If Annette can get the Big 10, no matter where Chen ends up, she takes it. But if both finish somewhere in the middle, that may not be enough for Annette, even if she's in front of Chen. What she needs is the 10. She really needs the win on this last one to guarantee the win. And if Chen can get that, it's obviously all over. So we'll see how this one ends up, but we're really watching those riders. And now it's Chen lined up behind Scoville. Another opportunity for this young rider to sprint. We'll see what she can do with that. It's one to go. And now here it goes, down through corner 2. Nielsen takes over at the front. The orange helmet of Scoville now launching the big speed, and it's just going to get faster. Look at the quick acceleration. Here comes Chen and Williams. This is the sprint for the win. If Scoville gets the 10, it's Chen's win either way. Here we go. Big finish upcoming. Scoville, Chen, it'll be Scoville for 10, Chen for 6, Williams for 4. That'll give Chen the victory in our regional championship. Annette Williams second. I believe Scoville, with the Big 10 at the end, is unofficially going to end in third for her big finishing sprint. I do believe Darlene, the rider that was in third, did get some points in there, so the call is certainly unofficial. We'll get the official results posted, but that will go Chen's way. Great finish there for the open women in the points race, and we've already invited up our Cat 1-2 men for their regional points race championship. That is now about ready to start. 60 laps on the cards. About ready to begin. All right, you heard it from our starter. It's a 12 by 5. 12 chances to sprint every 5 laps. There's lots of math to do, plenty of chances for the leads to change. Or maybe a better way to say it, there's also plenty of opportunities for somebody to gain a huge lead halfway through the race. We'll see how this one plays out. Same rules all apply. 5, 3, 2, and 1 to the leaders on the sprint laps. 20 if you lap the field, you lose 20 if they lap you. Double at the end, and of course, any ties are broken by finishing order on the last lap. Riders currently in the neutral, and we'll start out of turn 4 if we're still all together. Your winner of the scratch race, Elliot Crowther, is here again, and he's at the very back of this group. He's going to try and see what he can do against some really savvy and good riders that have shown up here today in this little bit trimmed down, but still very fast Cat 1-2 field. Now racing in a slightly blistery, more cool environment that we got here in the evening. The wind is starting to roll in a bit, affecting our race conditions here just a bit for these riders. The whistle is sounding, and now the racing can really get underway, and they know they need to start moving. They got to warm up at 60 laps of points racing, just getting underway. Now, Presidente Andy Baker, currently on the top spot of the MVA board, also taking the lead spot of the Cat 1-2 field. That's right, run by a largely volunteer board for a nonprofit organization called the Marymore Velodrome Association. Everything you see here is done through the works of donations and hard work from our community and support from our racers that pitch in their money and their support to make sure that racing continues here in the Pacific Northwest. If you want to be a part of our mission, one way you can help in a really big way is our major fundraiser that happens every single year on the other side of the calendar. It's usually in April. We put together a really great opportunity to raise a whole lot of money during an auction program where if you can help us procure some really cool things, or if you want to come and spend your hard-earned cash to help support the Velodrome, that's a great way you can step up. If you know somebody either that has a service, a company, a program, something unique that you think, a vacation that might be worth a lot of money for an athletic group like ours, consider reaching out and letting us know what you got and help our procurement team in the off season. Never hesitate to receive a little bit of extra help for our nonprofit organization. Again, the Marymore Velodrome Association that's been operating this place basically since it was built back in '75. Your field right now working cooperatively, taking their turns. This is a long race, and it's not a very big field. In fact, the distance, as agreed by those that set these rules for our velodrome, decided that size of field would determine length a little bit here today, and just a little bit smaller than we might have anticipated, but still big enough to run a pretty good size and pretty good distance points race. Your first sprint will be underway here shortly. They're going to hear the bell next time they come around. It's Ludo Max currently at the front. Chip Chase of the Liquid Velo team will take over at the lead for a moment, and here comes Cunningham again for Keller Rohrbach. Some quick rotations here as they get set for the first sprint. 56 to go. Points next time to the leaders. 5, 3, 2, and 1 next time around. Williams on the front. Number 114 for Center Cycles. Pulls it up out of the way and lets Baker take over at the front again. Baker ready to throw down here to start the sprint. He invites the speed from Bowie and the rest of the riders on his right-hand side. So here comes Bowie and Crowther now getting lined up. Bowie in the lead position. Crowther fanning out, trying to find some points here. Bowie for 5, Crowther 3, Gallagher 2, and I think Hers snuck in for 1. We'll get the official confirmation here in a moment as I have their results pulled up during this race. It's 54 to go. It will be Matty Hers, 104, gets the 1 point at the end. So he will end up in 4th after the first sprint. Your leader, Bowie, with 5, number 124 in the Rider of the Year jersey, racing for Waterline Racing. Elliot Crowther, the rider in blue, number 143, comes across the line 2nd. For 3 points, Merrick Gallagher 3rd across the line. Curley in 3rd with 2. 53 to go. Next bell at 51. All together now under the power of the Fountain Cycling Guild. Chris Wilsons leads the way for a moment. He pulls up. A couple riders follow suit. In fact, the whole front, 5 or 6 here, pulling up at the same time. And getting lined up now for the next opportunity for points. Scott Grinstall at the front, Dyna Racing. On the attack now, he's got an opportunity to go ahead and open things up a bit, see what happens with it at 51 to go. And the field trying to barrel down on him now as we hit the back straight. It's Lynch and Sandoval. Now Sandoval finding some good turn of speed. He pulls the pedals up to some good acceleration. Bowie does the same and tries to match. Christian Miller also finding his acceleration here. Bowie coming in at good speed. Should be able to find the 5. Sandoval 3. Miller 2, and I think Hers did it again. I think that might have been for 1 point for 104, but I might have to look for confirmation. That was close. 49 to go. We'll get the update here shortly as we confirm. That was a tight finish. We'll make sure we get the points right before announcing him. Little Max off the front for a moment. He says, wait, where's everybody? Pulls up and waits for the cavalry to show up again. 10-speed hero Christian Miller got points in that last sprint. He's still near the front. He's ready to do a little bit of work here in the middle, of the early parts, pardon me, of this long points race. A couple of tight sprints there in that last one, but we are confirming that hers did get 1. Sandoval did get 3. So that'll confirm the order. We'll get the points totals in a moment. Your leader is Bowie. Waterline Racing number 124 with 10 points. In second, we have a tie between Crowther and Sandoval, both with 3. And in fourth, 3 riders with 2 points, Gallagher, Miller, and hers. 47 to go. Bell next time. By the time I do all my math, the race is already getting ready for the next sprint. And at the stage we're at now, while I was doing the counting, Flom and Wilson have pulled away from the field and are a solo break each. So not working together yet, but they're both off the front. Next time around, excuse me, it's just Wilson off the front. My mistake. It is both. It is Flom. So Flom should have also gotten the bell, I believe. So both of those riders are on their sprint. So Flom on his way at the front is on pace for 5. And behind him, Wilson will get the 3. The sprint from the field is going to be for 2. And that's Sandoval leading the action right now. Hers trying to come around the outside. This is a big sprint for the 2 points. Sandoval and hers. Sandoval. Whoa! I think it's Sandoval unofficially. Wow, that was tight. Sandoval and hers fighting over those points. Another one for the finish line camera to look at. The finish line camera, of course, sponsored unofficially by Apple on a stand. iOS 16. In another close call, Sandoval comes out just ahead, finds 2 points in the last sprint. Matty Hurst gets 1 more again. Your points totals after updating from the last sprint, your leader is still Bowie with 10. Sandoval now in second with 6. This rider off the front in third with 5 is Ben Flom with a huge solo break right now at 43 to go. See if he can get some more before this fizzles, or maybe he could just keep it going for the whole race. Who knows? So there's your top 3 so far. I've also got Crowther with 3, hers with 3, Wilson with 3, Gallagher and Miller with 2. So Flom doing an impressive solo ride here. This is the kind of effort he wants to get into. I know he's signing up for the hour record attempt in September, I believe. He's one of the riders that reached out for doing that. So this is the kind of effort that Ben's really into. I'm going to get on a bike, I'm going to go hard, and I don't need to have anybody to compete against. I might start with this field, but I'm just racing my own race. The field has given a little bit of room, but they've kind of reeled it in just a hair, and I'm starting to feel like with this kind of acceleration from Crowther, this is going to be the kind of efforts that the field needs to make to kind of chip away this lead. We're not going to see Flom out here for too long if we see more of this. Crowther gets Gallagher up to speed, Bowie up to speed. They continue to roll now. Here comes Flom getting the bell, and the chase still underway. They're going to get the bell. Here's Miller on the front of the field at 41 to go. Still a ways off of the pace to get the 5 points. Not sure anybody's going to be too motivated to go jump up just yet. We've got a long race ahead of us, and this is not the most important 5 points to get. So Flom might be able to find 5 more. Dyna Racing looks like opening up a bit of an attack here. Flom getting 5. Adams opens up a big attack, and nobody will counter him. 30 points for Adams, 2 for Miller, and 1 for Baker. That does put Flom into a tie for your lead right now. He gets off the front here shortly because he's going to be caught. So you can see now, just as I'm talking about it, he will pull up at the blue line. He knows he's got Adams with him, and there's the rest of the field. He's in a tie now with Bowie, both riders with 10 points. In second, I got Sandoval with, in third, Sandoval with 6. A bunch of riders with 3. Hers, Wilson, Adams, and Crowther all officially would be tied for 4, I believe. 4th place right now. And the race continues after Flom is captured by the field. He's swallowed back in. And as that happens, you saw some acceleration out of turn 4 in that previous lap. That gets caught and brought back down again. And as the group is slowing down, another attack comes, this time from Chris Wilson, number 107. He turns around to see he's got Kenny Williams with him. So 2 riders make their attack. Correction for Sandoval, 101 has 5, not 6. 5 points for Sandoval, not 6. Recording on the officials' results for 143. Warning for passing underneath. Passing underneath warning to 143. Officials warning. Elliot Crowther. Two riders with 10 points. It's still Bowie and Flom. They're both in this race field right now, so the race is wide open between these two. Flom's been doing it off the front, 2 consecutive point sprints from the front. These riders without points get the bell. It's 107 and 114 chasing their first points of this competition so far. At 36 to go, you can also hear the bell ringing for the field as they come across the line. Now I'm interested between Williams and Wilson if we'll see them. Chris Wilson did have an earlier sprint for 3, and if I look down at my own score sheet, I would see that. So Wilson trying to find some more, but he's got a good teammate here with Williams. So he'll find 5. Williams gets 3. So this is a good looking move for these two. They're not going to sprint against each other because now they benefit from not racing competitively against each other. Whoa, wow. I think Bowie gets 1, Baker 2. Recording an official's warning for rider 111 for moving up track. While the sprint was engaged, there was a rider there. That's again a rider, and a warning to 111, Nolan Adams, riding up track while the sprint was engaged. Your leader, Bowie, with 11 after that last sprint, just got 1 point. It's enough to give him solo lead. Flom with 10. Chris Wilson now with 8. One of the riders off the front here with Kenny Williams currently moves into 3rd place now. After winning the previous sprint, Mario Sandoval gets bumped down to 4th with 5 points. Everyone else's points relatively unchanged except for Williams joins the 3 crew. One of many riders with 3 points apiece. 32 to go, and your break is still out here. Crowther says this might stick. How about you get one more rider? If Crowther catches here, he's going to be doing so as the bell's ringing. Not sure what his thoughts are, if he's thinking let's work together, if he's just trying to go be advantageous for himself here. Try to be selfish and take some points. We'll see what he does with the opportunity that these three riders now have. At 31 to go, it's Crowther, Williams, and Wilson coming across the line. They get the lion's share of the points. Only 1 left over, just the slim pickings to the field. Crowther has taken the front and appears to be in pretty good speed here. He looks like he's engaged a bit of a sprint. So he's asking for a fight here, and Chris Wilson's going to try and pick up the fisticuffs and join in on this. So Crowther and Wilson, but Wilson will take it back for the front, gets the 5. Crowther gets 3, and Williams gets 2. Sandoval jumps way ahead of the field for 1, all on his own. Also looking to try to maybe get closer to this break group a bit. Your leader now is Chris Wilson, number 107 in the green for Found Cycling with 13 unofficially. John Bowie in second with 11. Ben Flom in third with 10. I have Sandoval and Crowther both with 6. Unofficially in a tie for fourth. Still have Miller with 4. A couple riders with 3 include Baker, Hers, Adams. That's currently what I have as our unofficial points totals. I'll check the official results here in a moment as well. Seeing 28 to go. Your break has been caught by the field. Williams is looking around, seeing he's got this whole group of riders here now, and it's time for the leaders to take a bit of a rest within the field and maybe get on someone else's wheel. And Ben Flom says, that was just what I needed to get going again. This is like a cup of joe. Restarting my day. Here we go. The field says, not again, man. Come on. Let's keep this together. Scott Grinsell trying to do the work here to catch. Now makes his move. 27 to go. Bell next time. I do have our points totals updated here. Wilson with 13 in the lead. Bowie in second with 11. Flom in third with 10. Sandoval and Crowther with 6. Currently tied for fourth. Williams with 5 is currently good for 6th place. Just 3 points separating the top 3 spots, and we are past halfway. So this has been a nice tight race here. Lots of different ways riders have gone and picked up points during this competition. With 26 to go, the bell rings again. Little Max looking around for the next lead rider. Will be Christian Miller. That'll take over now. Your former race leader, Bowie, has made his way back up into this thing since there's no breakaways. This is his perfect opportunity to go make one of his usual very high-speed sprints out of the field. Very difficult for riders to come around this rider, and he'll do what he's done many times this season and try to take a bunch sprint for himself. Whoa, he'll do it again. Bowie, Hers, Gallagher, and Baker. Bowie takes back the temporary crown as he earns the big 5 on the previous sprint, moving him up to 16 points. Good for first currently. Chris Wilson gets bumped to second with 13 still. Flom still with 10 is good for third place. Sandoval, Crowther, and Hers now all sitting at 6 points. That's 3 riders tied for fourth, all with 6. And still, again, plenty more racing to go. Ben Flom ready to pick things back up again. The rider for Felsrup Racing has created a bit of a squad away from one another, creating this separation. The lead group opening up enough of a distance here to be an issue, and even Flom himself is opening up a gap here, trying to pull away this group even more. So your group coming around onto the home straight, your lead. The field trying to pursue and hold on to the acceleration on the leaders now at 22 to go. Gene Johnson Cycling's got Andrew Lynch here in the group, number 152 on the front. But that small break, not very big and not a strong enough effort to stay away from the eventual catching effort of first Elliott Crowther and now the rest of this field. Crowther thinks this is the perfect opportunity to not put on that back pressure. Don't slow down. Let's keep it rolling. Crowther on the attack here at 21 to go, and it's in time for the next bell. So well-timed effort. Let's see if it can pay off for Crowther, who's a little bit off of the lead right now. Needs to try to find some very critical points near the end of this race. Again, it's Bowie, the Rider of the Year jersey, that has the most number of points right now. He's back in the field sprinting, making another one of his patent pending group sprint efforts that just continue to work time and time again. Hers is on his wheel again, seeing if he can try to get him at the line. Crowther holding on for 5. He's looking down. He thinks he's got it. Crowther 5. Just enough. Bowie 3. Hers 2. I think Miller 1. Women results have been reposted from the last race for the women. Women results have been reposted. Please check. Women results reposted. Race as hard as you need to race. Crowther almost looked like he was sitting still as that catch was so fast, but it was still enough for Crowther to hold off for the 5 as Bowie was coming in very quick, enough to pick up 3 and hold on to the lead. He's got 19. Chris Wilson still in second with 13. Now Elliot Crowther, after that last sprint, picks up a lot, moving up to 11 points and good for third. Ben Flom still with 10 is in fourth, just for those 2 sprints he picked up earlier. This has been a very competitive race. Different riders, very active, lots of points all over the field, which means that your leader, even after all these points, doesn't even have 20 points yet. 17 to go. Another bit of a break, and this time it's going to be Carl Hofer, Mario Sandoval, Ben Flom, Ludo Max, and Carl Cunningham to work together to try to create something for themselves. This group of 5. Excuse me, Rad Cunningham, number 128. For the Killer Robot Racing Team. The Cunningham, not Cunningham brothers. Our regional championship for the points continues here for the elite men. And Ben Flom, who's been holding on to 10 points for quite a while, he made a solo break for 2 sprints in a row, picked up 10 points as a result. He's back here for Fell Swoop Racing on the front, and he looks like he might be in position to pick up some big points again, as the field he's with isn't really full of sprinters. Sandoval might be the fastest finisher in the group, but he had to make the effort just to get up here, so he's not looking to try to challenge too much. Flom, Max, and Sandoval, then Hofer. And 14 to go, your breakaway. This is an important group here as Flom is going to move right up into second place after that sprint. He has 15 now, chasing after the 19 of Bowie. 4 points separates first and second. In third is still Wilson with 13. And in fourth is Crowther with 11. Sandoval moves up into fifth after that last sprint. He now has 9 points. 5th overall for Sandoval. 13 to go, 2 more laps before the bell's ringing again. This breakaway group, this is important. The rider in orange with blue continues to get good points up here. He may be able to take this points race. Bowie's back in the field. The previous top of the field sitting out from the front now, not able to get more points as long as this group is working ahead of him. Crowther and Bowie are thinking the same thing. If we look back on the field, you'll see the rider in blue seeing that it's the time for him to go. Number 143 is feeling this is not okay. I got to get going. He brings along with him Bowie as well. There's Gallagher. There's Chris Wilson, another one of our big leaders. He's currently in third place, the rider in green with that white helmet. Only 3 chances for points remain now. Nobody's even broken through 20. That's how competitive this field has been. It has been every which way in this points race. Everyone has gotten something, it feels like here. Whether it's just a few or it's a big 19, it's been pretty spread out, which makes for a fun points race here. It's still pretty wide open for the top 5 positions. Here's a good lineup. Crowther, Wilson, and Gallagher all get lined up for a nice race between the 3 of them. Crowther will certainly serve as a good lead out as both Wilson and Gallagher look primed to jump him at the line. Wilson already making a good run at it. Gallagher's trying to hold on to his acceleration. Wilson 5, Gallagher 3, Crowther 2, Sandoval 1. Sandoval for the 1. Big move for Wilson there. That's a good sprint for him because he's now 1 point off the lead with 18 points. Chris Wilson, number 107 in second behind Bowie with 19. Just 1 point separating our top 2 now with only 2 sprints remaining. Ben Flom still sitting with 15 points, earns him 3rd place currently. Crowther with 13 now is in 4th. Sandoval moves up to 10, but it's still good for 5th. The small break is formed again. Flom's losing a little bit of steam here, though. The rider in orange. Baker's come to the very front. Here's your race leader, Bowie, in second wheel in this break. This time he wants to be in it. He says, no, thank you. I don't want to watch the race roll away from me. I want to be in it if I can. So Bowie now on the lead of this effort. Five altogether in this break. One of them really does have a pretty big points total as your current leader with 19. Everyone else a little bit thinner on the points. At 7 to go. It's your race leader off the front, and none of the other big racers are in this group, which means they're probably chasing him. And he's starting to feel that pressure. You can see him looking around. He's like, I can't do too much work here. I got to be ready to fight as the riders are coming for me. In fact, Sandoval, currently in 5th, does quite a bit of work to bridge this back together again. The rider in that light kind of blue colored jersey, bib 101, has 10 points and wants to be in the sprint as well, so he does some work to catch. Just in time for this second to last sprint to be really underway. The bell's ringing. The invite for speed is returned. Ludo Max quickly in and out of the sprinter's lane as Sandoval takes over at the front, but he's not engaged in this sprint just yet. He's waiting maybe to counter someone else's move a little longer. Here comes Crowther now. Feeling a little fresher than Sandoval is after having to do that work to bridge the gap. Crowther will now make the attack. Bowie's right there. He knows he needs to make sure he stays in the points here. Crowther, Bowie the good acceleration, should find the 5. Bowie, Crowther, hers, Wilson for your first 4 across the line. Bowie holds on to the lead in dominant fashion. The next closest rider, Wilson, was at the back of that sprint, gets 1 more. That'll bring him up to 19, but your leader, Bowie, now has 24. A very critical moment there, as if he doesn't find big points there, that it's all going to come down to the final sprint. Now it feels a little safer. He's got a decent cushion here coming into the last sprint. Crowther moves up into 3rd with 16, overtaking Flom, who still has 15, bumped down to 4th. Sandoval still in 5th with 10. The top 5 otherwise remains unchanged. You get a flip-flop between Crowther and Flom. Crowther now moving up into 3rd, number 143, the rider in blue, who initiated that sprint but didn't win it. It was Bowie to the line first. Only 1 sprint remaining in this long points race for our Elite Men Regional Championship. It's championship month here in August, and we want to put somebody on top of the podium and say, you're the best at this race. You get some sort of extra prize, extra prestige, extra honor and renown, bragging rights for at least a year, probably longer, because they'll never shut up about it once they win something, let me tell you. And at the end of this, we get to figure out who that is for this group of riders. We already figured out it was Chen from the previous group, Kimberly Chen coming in here and doing just an incredible job, all-around athlete, throwing down for our Elite Open women here today. And now for the Elite Men, it's Bowie, the rider in green and purple near the front right now, number 124, who's found himself in a place he's been a lot this season. ready to win, but can he close out this deal? He needs to get some points to this next sprint to guarantee it. If Chris Wilson or Elliot Crowther are not in the sprint, he's already won. If he gets the 10, he clearly has won. No one's going to touch him. If he gets any less than 6, he could still be beat by the likes of one of the other riders. So he needs to be involved, and the bell's ringing. We're into the final sprint. It's 1 to go. Our rider's getting set, and of course, who's going to lead it out? Bowie wants to be in control. If he can be in top 3 spots, he knows he's got this, and Bowie is going to let this thing rip. He's going to let it fly. I don't think anybody's going to touch this wheel. He's got one more big effort. Here comes Wilson trying to get somewhere close to this rider. Bowie says, no way, not today. Bowie will do it in absolute fashion here at the end. The final 10 points to your Rider of the Year. It is not a surprise to anybody who's watched this racer this year at our Velodrome. He's just been dominant from top to bottom. He was on top of a sprint podium, for goodness sakes, just a few weeks back. And now here he is doing another great job with the points race today, picking up the big 34. It will be the final scorecard for Bowie, and that'll clearly be your champ for the region. Congrats to Waterline Racing and to Bowie for another great victory here today in Friday Night Racing. Almost clear here, riders. Stan Douglas has got some love for Chris Wilson. He called him the Sprint Thanos. Does that mean Chris Wilson like snaps his finger and like deletes sprints or something? That's impressive. That's quite the call up. Coming to the line, or to the rail now, pardon me, the Cat 3 men for their long points race. About ready to start. Another regional championship here. We will crown out of the Cat 3 men a regional champion today for who can take the top spot for the points racing for our riders this evening. A 35-lap race, 7x5 format upcoming for the riders. They'll be starting out of turn 4 here momentarily, and we get this race underway. And the sound of the whistle means racing has started. I know it's getting late into the evening. That's a perfect time to scoot on over to the beverage garden, do what you need to do, you know, pick up a beverage. Postdoc Brewing and Locust Ciders, they're doing their part. You can do yours. In the beautiful Stanley Cups, reusable, wonderful. If you're out there and it's that time of evening and you're still tuning into the race, you just got done with that Cat 1-2 race and thought, man, that was fun to watch. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, share away with friends and family, leave a message in chat. If you're coming back to rewatch this later, you say, yo, I just wanted to head over to YouTube and rewatch the racing. Actually thought, man, this is pretty fun. You too can leave that thumbs up. Leave a comment about your favorite moment during the video. Let us know what you think. And if you think it could be better, let us know how we can improve. Our group out in here right now is looking to just get this race started. They're going to get a bell every 5 laps as well, which means their first bell is at 31 to go. They're just a couple laps into this race. A fairly small Cat 3 field made their way to the Velodrome today to compete for this long points race. This is certainly a day slightly more catered to the juniors. This is part of the Junior Takeover weekend here at the Velodrome. That means that our adult riders had to forego one of their 3 races they would normally have on a Friday night, but to make up for it, we made them race a really long points race. So there you go. 35 isn't on the excruciatingly long side, but it's still a good long contest here for our athletes to sort out who's going to be a champ today. 32 to go. Rider of the year on the front here for the group is Pierce Nobleman's got the most points in the competition so far. We have a mechanical that's off from the group right now, trying to get in on the free lap. I think 1 lap was announced remaining. Bell's ringing, 31 to go. Kit Colbert's trying to get back in on the lap here. It's going to be a big effort for him as he does get back off on the mechanical issue. He's back onto the track and the sprint underway now in front of us. Let's see where we're at. One big move off the field here. I believe that's Will Mitchell trying to pull away from the rest of the group. If I'm not mistaken, your rider in green finds the first 5. Pryor for 3. Lacey for 2, and Fowler for 1. Confirming Mitchell, your leader. Will Mitchell, number 341. Pryor, number 322 in second with 3 points. Tyra Lacey in third, number 312 with 2. And Will Fowler with 1 point. Number 345 is currently in fourth. And Will Fowler at least gets some sort of extra point for being the only fan club today in attendance. When I say I appreciate an athlete that can bring a few fans to the Velodrome. I'm looking at all the rest of you. I don't hear anybody else cheering your names. What are your families all doing? And your next sprint underway here, 26 to go. The groups come back together again after the speed of that first sprint. Everyone's happy, sort of gathering back up and preparing for the next acceleration. Tyra Lacey for Liquid Velo picked up points in the first sprint, wants to find more. Fowler, encouraged by the power of sugar, has jumped back in on this one. Trying to find some more here. Here comes Gavin Newman for Team Epic. Also trying to get in the mix, and now Justin Pryor accelerating to join in on the effort. It's going to be Lacey still leading things out. Lacey 5, Will for 3. Newman finds 2, and Pryor for 1. Apparently, my comment about sugar should be contextualized because Will Fowler is getting paid 1 donut per point today. That's what I hear. They're mini donuts, to be fair. Like, we're not going to set him up for something too bad, and he obviously could always share. I think he could. 24 laps to go. We'll check in on the points to see where everybody's at. Is Tyrell Lacey in the lead with 7 after 2 sprints. In second with 5 is Will Mitchell, winner of the first sprint. 2 riders with 4 is both Pryor and Fowler, currently tied for third. In fifth is Newman with 2. Everyone else looking for their first points. Open track here for Snowballoon, who tries to pick up the pace coming into turn 4. Seeing 21 to go. Most of the riders willing to try to catch him here. It's too close to the bell. They don't want to let him slip away. So he'll serve to kind of bring the group up to speed now as Gavin Newman and Will Fowler have found the wheel pretty quickly. Will Mitchell's also there, the winner of our first sprint, trying to get back in on this, looking pretty quick coming into turn 3. This is busy at the front, still all behind Snowballoon, though, who has not surrendered the front. Continues to hold the lead position. Snowballoon all the way around. Can he do it? It'll be Newman for 5, Mitchell for 3, Snowballoon for 2, Fowler for 1, and officially it's either him or Jors. On the outside, the rider in blue. It was close. Right off the front, lost a lap from the mechanical. He's coming back into it. And he says, why not just kind of keep rolling here and see what I can do at this moment. Kit Colbert's doing a nice solo effort again from that earlier mechanical issue. Got caught on the lap, but might as well try to go dance away from the field and see what you can do. Your new leader is Will Mitchell after that previous sprint, with Lacey and Newman moving into a tie for second, both with 7. In fourth with 5 is Will Fowler, and in fifth with 4 points is Justin Pryor. There's your top 5 currently. Technically your leader on the lap is the rider here from Liquid Velo, Kit Colbert. His points total is negative 20 for being caught, but he's off the front. He is going to be taking the 5 points as he was scored down the lap. The field's going to let him take it, though, as they know he's not currently challenging the leaders in the field. As you can see, the field sitting basically above the blue line altogether. No one's feeling anxious about needing to go for this catch anytime soon, but with still several more sprints to go, just a few points separating the leaders. Once again, much like our last race, this has not been where one rider has taken it all. It's been well mixed. A lot of good involvement from different riders, even over these first 3 sprints has been very diverse, very interesting racing. Only a few points separating the top 5, with 8 to your leader and only 4 points separating first through 5th place. 8 points to your leader, 2 riders with 7 in second, 5 to Fowler in 4th, and Pryor with 4 in 5th. Nice and close in the points at this stage. They will be seeing 16 to go, and they will be getting that bell. As predicted, Kit's going to end up with 5 from that sprint, so he'll pick up the first across the line here. 5 for Colbert. Here comes a sprint for 3 between Lacey and Newman. Newman will take it. Lacey for 2. And one more for Mitchell. Number 341 cleans up. Kit sits up for now. The field sped up enough to catch his effort. He'll fall back in after picking up a few more points, but in fact, he will try to jump in with this breakaway speed from Pryor, even for just a moment, as well as Snowblin's there. It'll be Pryor and Snowblin. This is a move. These two should have found each other sooner. This is good for the athletic opportunity this provides. The new teammates have been formed. Let's see how long this sticks and if riders are going to get motivated to try to close this gap quickly. Lacey and Newman trying to stay close to the rider in white there for Liquid Velo, with the rider from Portland just off the pace right now of the lead two. Almost looks like a stayers race out there. All these packs of twos everywhere. There's no field. It just disappeared. It'll recoalesce eventually. We'll see something. Here's your lead two just now coming across the finish line at 13 to go. Pryor and Snowblin. Newman and Lacey both chasing. Your leader now is Newman after that last sprint, so the youth moves up to 10 points. Two riders with 9, Will Mitchell and Tyra Lacey in second. Will Fowler still in fourth with 5, and Justin Pryor in fifth with 4. Your current race leader, Newman, just about to come onto the home straight here, and he now takes over at the lead of that group of two between Lacey and him. The chasing two riders just now crossing the line. Trying to get back up to Snowblin and Pryor. This might become the race. If those four become a group, if they can stay on their pace, if they can stay working together, if they can stay consistent, they might just be able to pull away and just make the race all about them. The next closest group is the field, apparently, which is the group of 5 in the middle of the back straight right now. That's Kit Colbert leading the action right now. Mike Westover will take over next, and Will Fowler is also in there. He's one of our top 5 riders. Bells ringing for Pryor and Snowblin, set to pick up the biggest points. Newman and Lacey still in the same position, just off the leaders. The field gets the bell and is currently not in a position to get points. Your chase of 3 gets the bell as well. Across the track, you can see it's Newman and Lacey still trying to chase the leaders. Pryor and Snowblin are doing exactly what they should do in this position. They are trading leads, not trying to sprint each other at this exact moment. They would benefit from the distance that they put between them and their competitors. Pryor for 5, Snowblin for 3, 2 points for Newman and 1 for Lacey. Your race leader still gets some. He should be able to hold on to the lead here. Moves up to 12. Trying to encourage his new best friend, Lacey, to get up there. He's tired of dangling. He says, now's the time. Newman and Lacey. Lacey just got off the lead, and Newman says, go, go. I'll help. Let's get this. And Snowblin falls off the pace, so here we go. This is now Pryor alone at 9 to go. Snowblin's done his bit. Lacey has done his bit. He's sitting up pretty high. He says, if you're going to chase anybody, you're going to have to do a bit more work. Newman needing to catch some air too. Might be Pryor's race now entirely on his own. The roadie's coming in to show the track riders what endurance means. He's just going to roll this thing away. Here's going to see some great consistency out of this rider. He's riding a gear he's very comfortable in. He's going to be consistent, try to just set in this pace and not let anybody touch him. He's not going to see a lot of competition for the rest of this race. He's gone at 8 to go. I think the rest of this field is going to run out of gas before they're going to be able to see the same side of the track as him again. 8 to go for the field. Your leader is still tucked away nicely in that field. However, with Pryor pulling away like he has, the lead is bound to change here. Your current points totals are as thus. Your leader with 12 is Newman. In second with 10 is Lacey. In third, we have a tie between Pryor and Mitchell, both with 9. Fowler gets bumped to 5th with 5 points. 5 donuts. 7 to go for the riders here coming across the line. It's 7 to go. Your field. Catching one rider here between turns 1 and 2. As they come on to the back straight, your leader was in between turns 3 and 4. He's got about a third of the track advantage right now. Bell's ringing. Next points for Pryor will get 5 next time around. We already know he's going to have 14. The question is what the race was going on behind him. Pryor may have already earned himself the crown with this kind of endurance. Snoblin leads the field. Will Mitchell, one of the riders with points, the rider in green, right behind him. They just got the bell. They're sprinting for 3 between them. We already knew Pryor was going to get his 5, so he's crossing the line here momentarily, but we'll keep watching the sprint here on turn 3 as Mitchell is alongside Jors, who hasn't really gotten a chance to find points yet. So here comes Mike Jors trying to come alongside. It's a blue and the green match. It'll be Mitchell down the sprinter's lane for 3, Jors for 2, and Newman for 1. Your current race leader finds 1 more, but in front of him was Pryor finding 5. That'll be your new race leader after the points are entered. Pryor, your leader, with 14 points. Newman gets some points in the last sprint. It's enough to hold on to a top 3 spot. He's got 13 points in second. Mitchell gets big points as well. He moves up, now having 12, sitting in third. That's right, it's 14 to the leader, 13 to second, and 12 to third. 10 points to Tyrell Lacey in fourth, and it's still 5 for Fowler in fifth. The top of the podium gets the jersey and the regional championship, and if Justin Pryor just stays on his pace, he's going to be wearing that jersey here pretty soon. The race is for second at this stage, and Newman and Mitchell have got a good race set up between them. Mitchell, the rider in green, riding out of Victoria, BC. So coming across the border to our north, coming across the state border to our south is Newman out of the Portland area. So we've got out-of-towners throwing down at the top of the Cat 3 field here today. Pryor just continuing to take track away from this field. He's halfway around the track now, so we already know who our winner is. He is untouched since he broke away. The field's seeing 2 to go. They'll get the bell next time around. Again, a good sprint upcoming here and a very important one for who's going to be second overall in this points race tonight. But second doesn't get the jersey. Only one rider gets the jersey, and that's going to be this rider here for Keller Rohrbach. Getting the bell now. 1 to go for 322, Justin Pryor. He's got a tag along with him as one of our younger riders, falling on the efforts of Pryor. But let's go check out our sprint, and very important setup here for second place, as Pryor will be our winner. We know this. 1 to go for the field, and Fowler's on the move. Lacey comes with him. 1 to go. It's 6 points on the line for the field next time around. A brief pause from what's going on here to recognize here comes Pryor from the Keller Rohrbach Racing Team, your champ for the region in the points for the Cat 3s. A ride away win. He says, all right, feeling good. And the sprint coming now from Lacey, leading out Mitchell and Jors. If Mitchell gets in front of Newman, Mitchell will end up in second overall, I believe, although Lacey is close enough. This could also be Lacey's race to get second, and Mitchell will get it. That's good enough for second overall for sure. Number 341, our out-of-towner, doing work here. Lacey gets 4 in the sprint, and I think Jors got 2. I believe that's going to put Newman into third overall, with Lacey just barely off of that. Stays in fourth if my calculations are correct. Your winner, without question, though, for the Keller Rohrbach Racing Team. A great race for Pryor, demonstrating the kind of endurance he has, such consistent athleticism, and a great breakaway effort for the rider from Keller Rohrbach. We'll continue to see what he can do as he works his way through this category, and he's already looking so strong and set for what can come potentially in the Cat 1-2 someday soon. All right, the points race has been adjusted to 30 laps for the size of field. 30-lap points race here for our long points race for the Cat 4 men, set to start here as soon as we get out our final announcements. All right, a quick adjustment there for us for our start numbers to make sure we had the right distance. 30 laps on the cards for the Cat 4 men in this long points race in our final competition of the evening. Thanks for the fans that are still sticking around. I know a lot of you are true fans of the sport. You're here for family or for friends of riders that are in here. If you're tuning back in on YouTube and you're still watching at this late point in the video, you must have enjoyed something. You're here for a specific rider or a specific race. Make sure you leave that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below for what you're seeing. If you like something or if you have feedback for what could do better, make sure you let us know. We'd love to hear from you. This race, of course, just the first of a fun weekend for the juniors in the Junior Takeover. Excited for more great junior action throughout the weekend and education and opportunities. And really what's also kind of cool about it, it's not been said much today, is that community of junior riders across the country. And the sound of the whistle, we can start racing. 30 to go. The big long points for the Cat 4 men. And what's fun about this group, not only is it a good-sized Cat 4 when we started out tonight, it got a little bit smaller here after the scratch, I must say, but because of the Junior Takeover, we got a couple of out-of-towners here for our Cat 4s, and that's not something you see every week. And they raced a good, clean race that first time. It was good action. So we'll see how this points race plays out. Be fun to see. All right, our group getting started here in this points race. The first sprint will be at 26 to go. Next time around, 26 to go, we'll hear the bell. And our first points next time around. Let's see who our early leader is going to be. Ryder Carlson tries to lead things out currently. And a big counterattack coming now in from the high part of the track. Once again, so strong in the Cat 4s. In every single sprint, you're going to see White Paul come to the front. Can he get the 5? Yes. Good run at it for Dyna Racing. 418, I believe, for 3 points that time. Fairbanks might have gotten 2. It was either him or the rider from Epic that found the 2 points there. It was a close one for the two younger riders side by side on that last sprint. Conrad Mayer, though, for Dyna Racing, making a close one there between him and Wyatt. So Keegan does get 2 points in the first sprint, just ahead of Luke Tallman, who gets 1 point. Again, confirming your leader with 5 is Wyatt Paul, Conrad Mayer in second with 3, Keegan Fairbanks in third with 2, and Luke Tallman in fourth with 1 after 1 sprint. Plenty more chances for these competitors to sort this one out next sprint at 20, Bell at 21. I see Carl Cunningham tuned into the live stream and he gave Justin Pryor some love there. I just noticed that. I think I called out during that race. I announced Carl Cunningham as being in the race once because Rad's here again. So that happened. The Cunningham, not Cunningham brothers. Yeah, that was a fun race to watch and a nice breakaway there for Pryor at the end of the Cat 3s. We've had some good points racing here today. The Cat 1-2 race came down to a fun finish, though a bit of a dominant overall final points totals. It still was close throughout the entire competition. And the Open Women made it really good too, as we had a fight right down to the final sprint between Williams and Chen. So great racing here today for the long points races. It's been fun all the way down to the last lap. We're setting ourselves up here for our second sprint here soon. It's Ion Gola, if I'm not mistaken, that got the acceleration going there in turn 3 well before the bells ring, and the group's starting to come up to speed now. Points next time. Kevin Ulrich moves his way to the front, number 402. You can see the juniors trying to hold on to the acceleration there as several members of the Jerry Baker Juniors team are right there trying to hold on to the acceleration. A good run for our rider out of Team Epic now down the hill. Takes over as they hit turn 3. Ooh, Wyatt for 5. That's going to be 422 for 3, 418 for 2. And I think I got 4s. Keegan Fairbanks for 1 that time. To confirm our points totals, it's Wyatt Paul in the lead with 10. Conrad Mayer in second with 5. Keegan Fairbanks in third with 3. Jack Hampson also in third with 3. Luke Tallman in fifth with 1. This has been a field typically that's been pretty dominated by this rider recently. Wyatt Paul has taken many races here the last couple of weeks in pretty strong fashion, and so far he's off to a hot start. Can he keep the streak going? He's got the first 2 under his belt. 10 points after 2 sprints. Next closest rider, Conrad Mayer, number 418, the rider in pink for Dyna Racing, has 5. So a 5-point differential here between first and second place in the early parts of this race. And with 18 remaining, there's still plenty of time for that to change. Or another way to look at it, there's plenty more time for Wyatt to get more points. We'll see if the field can change that up. It is. It's not over yet. And 17 to go. Next time around, we'll hear the bell. That's Tim Wong for the Triple Shot Cycling Club coming to the front. Not wearing the same colors as the rest of the team, the all black jersey, but another Victoria area competitor, as we've had lots coming down from the British Columbia side of the border between Victoria and the Vancouver area. Some Ontario competitors on our start list as well from earlier today, although basically locals now. Seeing 16 to go. And here's our bell for our next point sprint. David Avery at the front, the Californian in this field. One of our few that made the trip up from down south to join us today for the weekend of racing. Leads the field down the back straight. Here comes some bigger acceleration here hitting turn 3. Jack Hampson's trying to take another run at this thing and see if he can find a way to beat Wyatt Paul to the line. He'll get him again as Paul for 5, Hampson for 3, Mayer for 2, and Fairbanks for 1. This is starting to just look like rinse and repeat. Same. We'll see if somebody can beat this guy, because again, Wyatt Paul is just building up these upgrade points. But Jack is making it look like he's got what it takes to maybe find one of these. It's going to be a long enough race that the rider with better endurance will prevail at some point. Wyatt Paul goes 3 for 3. He's got 15 points. Conrad Mayer finds more in that last sprint, so he holds on to second place with 7. Hampson now in third with 6 points. Fairbanks in fourth with 4, and Tallman still in fifth with 1 point. Wyatt's currently more than doubling the next closest, so first is starting to pull away pretty big here. Top 3 still interesting though. Mayer and Hampson, 1 point separating those two riders. Mayer, the rider in pink for Dyna Racing, number 418 is the bib number, is in second place. Currently sitting near the back of the field. Right behind him is Hampson, the rider 422 for the East Portland Youth Cycling Team, in third. Just separated by a single point there between second and third place. Angola trying to get things moving out of turn 2 again. An early attack before the bell. Maybe trying to sneak away from the field, but Ulrich's already up to speed down the sprinter's lane. Bell's ringing, points next time. It's William Huang right on the wheel of Kevin Ulrich, one of the riders of the J. Baker Juniors, in second wheel, trying to be ready for this next sprint. Some of your leaders are a bit off of the pace right now. It's still within reach for Wyatt Paul. Starts to try to move up now. He's trying to get to the front before the sprint's over. Still has a good run at it. It's going to use the blue line. I'm not sure he's going to get there in time. We'll see. Ooh, it'll be on the far outside maybe. Oh, 449 gets it. So rider in red, first across the line is Francisco Zapata. I think it's going to be Hampson, 422, second across the line, and then it's a bit of a mess. We'll get the official results to confirm. But Zapata should get the 5. Hampson comes across the line in front of Paul for sure, who gets left out there. So one of our riders near the top starting to nip away at the lead a little bit. Needs to do that again as we have 9 to go. Only 2 sprints remain. Nine to go. Wyatt Paul still leads with 15, but Jack Hampson now is a bit closer with 9 in second. Conrad Mayer still with 7 is now bumped to third. Zapata moves up into 4th place with 5, and Fairbanks still sitting with 4 points. Good for 5th overall. 8 to go. 2 sprints remain. Don't expect to see race leaders moving too far back here now, as only 2 more chances to sprint. You can already see your race leader, number 460, Paul, starting to move up towards the front, with Hampson also not trying to be too far out of the action. In fact, he's trying to find that wheel. So Hampson, the rider in 2nd overall, trying to follow your leader, Wyatt Paul, into this next sprint. So good move for the junior, trying to position himself ahead of this one. He knows where the race is going to happen. Anticipates some big speed here from the current race leader. 6 to go, bells ringing for the field. 6 to go, bells ringing for the field. Three wide down the back straight. Now Conrad Mayer starting to pull ahead just a hair here. He's got about a bike in front of the rest of the field, and now here comes the big attack from Wyatt Paul. No surprise. He's fresh from not participating in that last one. Jack Hampson's trying to find the wheel. This is 2nd and 1st coming to the line right now. Hampson's trying to come around. Oh, it's close. Whoa. Fairbanks for 2, Mayer for 1, but I don't think I can call it. It looked like Wyatt might have still had it, but Hampson made that as close as he could have. What a great sprint. My eye says the inside as I look for confirmation. It was really close. Hampson takes it. So on the outside, the junior barely nips for the 5 points. That's going to move him up to 14. Paul now at 18. It's a 4-point difference between the top 2 and only 1 sprint remaining. So a good fight over here for the top of the race. Underneath that, we also have the fight for 3rd is pretty close here between Mayer and Fairbanks right now. Mayer with 8 and Fairbanks with 6. Top 2 is certainly between Paul and Hampson at this point. So number 460 and 422, it threw down at that last finish. So close. Our junior from Portland barely getting it on the outside. Gets a little bit closer here to the top points of Paul, who still has a 4-point advantage. 18 to 14 now is the point difference in 1st and 2nd place. Seeing 3 to go. The next sprint, of course, double. It just so happens that Hampson is 4 points behind Paul. That means that if he wins the last sprint, he wins. Even if Paul comes across the line 2nd, it would be a tie broken by the finishing order, which would give the win to the junior. If he gets anything but 1st place on the last sprint and Paul gets any sort of points, it's looking pretty hard for the junior here at this point. So we'll see how this one plays out, but those 2 are going to be the ones to watch once again as we come into this last sprint. They set themselves up for a fun finish. 2 to go. 2 to go. Eye on the front. Your leaders near the back. It's still Hampson following Paul right now. He figured that worked last time. Barely. Let's see if it can work again. Conrad Mayer, the rider in pink, trying to find 3rd overall right now. Setting himself up for a sprint against Keegan Fairbanks again, as these 2 keep coming across the line near each other as well. It's just a clear top 4-ish in this field, as they've been pretty active and involved in almost every sprint. At 1 to go, the bell's ringing, your last sprint underway. Mayer's leading this thing out. Dan Pham's trying to find position number 419. There comes Fairbanks in the sprinter's lane trying to jump onto Mayer. Those are the riders currently in 3rd and 4th as they lined up right now. Your leaders are further back. Now here comes the attack, much like we saw last time down the back straight, pardon me. Here comes Paul and Hampson. It looks pretty similar. They're getting there a little bit slower, though. It's Fairbanks putting in one big sprint off the front. If Fairbanks can get this. Whoa, on the outside, Hampson's making a great run at it. Hampson opens up a big attack. Where was that all night long? It's a tie between Hampson and Paul. The tiebreak goes to the junior on the outside. Wow, what a finish. And that came down to what must have been one of the closest finishes we've had tonight on the previous sprint between Hampson and Paul. It was very close. That one, not close at all. A really impressive turn of speed out of turn 4 for the junior. And what fun racing today was. The points races, all of them came down to the end in great fashion. Our thanks to everyone who made today happen, most notably our athletes. Great racing today for all of them. We had a great time here for the Junior Takeover's first session. It's great to see so many out-of-towners, and of course to see that big stack of young riders here under the stand was pretty fun. There was well over 100 kids in that photo. Thank you for coming out to the Velodrome if you've been here, cheering on our riders. We'll be here a little bit longer. Beverage Garden is open. The stream is shutting off, though. If you're on YouTube and enjoyed the show, please don't tune out without leaving that quick thumbs up. It certainly helps us a lot. Leave a comment if you're rewatching on YouTube later. Let us know what we can do better, or let us know your favorite moment of racing. Share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and all the works. To everybody out there, again, thank you so much for making your way out here. More racing to come this weekend. The Junior Takeover continues tomorrow, and we have more racing on Sunday as well. We look forward to hosting you for all of that and more great racing action here at the Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome.